Yo, what up, Richie? How you doing, Poems? Meow, meow, What up,
Meow.
Mighty? What up, Scoobs? Benji. How's everybody doing?
Meow. Meow.
Hello,
Meow.
Bill. What up, Parabellum? So, guys, I haven't seen any of the PAX stuff yet, so I'm excited to look at it. I've seen like some overview stuff, but we're gonna watch it all together. Couldn't get to the panel, but you got a special code for me? What'd you get, Rap? I appreciate you. Oh, you got like one of the handouts that they were giving. Bro, that's awesome. I appreciate you, Rap. See ya. See you after PAX. Enjoy your time at PAX. Drink some for me. I appreciate you, brother. Let me finish getting the stream set up, guys. What up, Thibum? What up, Zifu? Yeah, I missed PAX too, so this will be a good recap. I actually don't really mind doing it this way because I can at least pause it and talk about things. So, you know me, I talk way too much. So it'll be worth doing this way. All right, guys, give me a second to get a drink and then we'll boot up PAX. All right. All right, guys, you guys ready? Let's get into this. Let's see what they've got going on. We'll have to check the audio. Like we'll check the volumes and stuff and see how it goes, but let me move this keyboard over. We don't need it anymore. All right. I'm actually really curious. I saw some interesting stuff on Twitter. We just need to see what they actually say.
Now, we are aware that some assets were shared before our... Now,
huge W? I heard it was a huge W. So basically what they're getting ready to talk about, what up, Kennedy? What I'm assuming before all this starts, I'm assuming that they gave interviews to a couple news outlets early, and that they had an embargo until 2 p.m. Eastern. But for whatever reason, because most of these systems are automated to like release news stories, they probably put 2 a.m. in instead of 2 p.m. East on 5/11, and that's how these embargoes got broke. That's what I'm assuming happened. So let's go ahead and look at it. Did you convince your mom to play first Descendant? Now, right now, Rusty's cooking on Once Human, though. Trying to get shit set up there. So I'm excited to see this. I'm kind of skeptical. The Q&A was awful. You're getting bored of Once Human? I mean, it's one of the big issues with Once Human is we just run out of stuff to do, right? We'll see. I mean, I'm willing to finish this 6-week out. Did they say when season 3 was going live? Did they give like a date when season 3 was going live? Nope. Okay. That's curious. We'll watch through it and I'll talk about things as they come up. But that's very curious they didn't give a date. I mean, Once Human's a lot of fun, but I think if you're somebody who knows what you're doing already and you know Life It, it's very easy. Like, we're completely done. So it's just like going through doing all of the zones, which will take us like a couple days. Doing some of the hard content and trying that out and start farming drops. The seasonal stuff, not that promising. The Q&A was terrible. That's what Kennedy said. Like, what was wrong with the Q&A? Like, just dumb questions? Maybe when we get the trailer, we'll be notified. Like, was it just bad questions? Or was it like a bad format? Just super dumb? Like, people asking the same shit? Toenail paint? Yeah, that is super important. And that is a high priority thing. Luna's fucking toenail paint? Yeah. Cosmetic questions only. I wonder if it's not because they didn't pre-filter out like a lot of the hard questions. Toe fetishes. Oh man. That's all we need, right? Like that's all we needed. Is just people that are asking the hard pressing questions. Billy, Timmy, and Bobby all showed up. We'll talk about, so I saw some stuff on Twitter, but I didn't see a lot. I want to go through it and see what all they're talking about. And then I think I'll save. You think the wrong people were there for questioning? I'm pretty sure they curated the audience that would be available. And some Descendants, etc., etc. Yeah. We'll see what they say. I think I'll talk about it some. But I think I'm going to save a lot of my thoughts, like my real hard thoughts, for a follow-up video on YouTube. Because I know that I talk too much sometimes, and I know that sometimes people just get tired of me talking about certain things. But I'm sure that the overall season 3 announcement is a W. So I'm excited, but I feel like we'll just take it as it comes. Sometimes, yeah, I mean, but that's what you guys pay me for. It's 50-50. I'm skeptical on one thing they're adding. It's a big L. Hopefully it's going to be more of a W than an L. We'll see. I'm skeptical on one thing, but we'll talk about it when we get there. So let's get started. Let's start going through it, right? Because I am excited for new content. They didn't address the content. That's a problem for me. If they reveal the content without addressing any of it or talking about it, that's nerve-wracking. It's too early. What's too early? The update is what, 30 days, 60 days? Like, it depends on when the update is. If they come through and announce that the update's not till July 31st, 30 plus days till the season, at 30 plus days to the season, they should have it ironed out. They should not be making any changes to this game right now. If they're making any changes to the season this close, because you have to figure like certifications and shit for Microsoft and PlayStation take like 30 days for a large update like this. So there's not really much room for them to make changes. Whatever's there is set in stone and done. Right? What up, Kashi? And my assumption is this is done. This is done and ready to be shipped. Show gameplay so we can get an idea about the content itself. Yeah, this number, at this time, it should be like number finalizations. Yeah, at this point, there should be no changes happening to the content. You were happy with the dev stream? I'm excited to see it. They're still new. People need to be patient. At what point, I don't want to get too deep into this. But like at what point are you allowed to be critical? Or not even be critical. At what point in a game's life cycle or a development life cycle or a company's life cycle are you allowed to say something that isn't glazing? Because there's a difference between like having a conversation and like not just glazing, right? Because I'm not a negative person on this game. I'm actually very positive on this game. I'm probably one of the most positive people on this game in general. But there has to be a point where you're allowed to at least look at something and go, there's a problem, right? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing awesome, man. You, when the free rewards drop in the mail for watch it for the YouTube stuff, probably in a couple days. I would imagine. They can't change it. Yeah, there's no possible way they can make any changes. And again, I wasn't even being critical, right? Like I wasn't being critical of the game at all in what I was just saying. Tomorrow at Reset, they post on Twitter's when we'll be getting the rewards. That makes sense, East. I figure it's probably going to be like a day or so. When there's a problem, you should say there's a problem. Hiding it will make it worse. Absolutely. They just need to nerf Serena's 4 and add more content. I don't think they're nerfing Serena. We haven't watched this yet, but from what I understand, Inez and Serena are the new poster childs. I don't remember which expansion got open beta for like a PTS. Serena won't get nerfed. Serena will never get nerfed. Constructive criticism is always good. I think so, and personally, I think I give very valid constructive criticism. I just think that they're like glazers. And like glazing isn't helping anybody, right? Like if all you hire is yes men, you're gonna have a problem. It took PoE took a while before bigger changes. Yeah, and I understand that things take time and things take change, like things take time. But what I'll agree with what Hunt said above, which is like how long till people lose interest. Because if the hope is to bring everybody back, that's a pretty that's a pretty tough thing to like bring people back that have already lapsed a game. So people are criticizing, they want to be better. Not all of them, yeah. No, I agree. I agree. I think that like most people who criticize a game out of a desire for the game to be better are doing it from the right spot. Some people are really bad at it and get lost in the messaging, right? They criticize improperly. I'm not saying their criticism is improper, but the way they do it is very improper, and it kind of gets the message lost. But I don't think criticism is a bad thing. I think that in any business or any company, you should be open to any level of criticism at any time. And I think that the game, like if a game has been out for a year, it's time to take the kid gloves off. Right? How was brunch? It seemed pretty good. I mean, the moms were happy, so that was a positive. Rusty did a great job making awesome food, so that was awesome. Once they stop supporting all gen consoles, they should have more freedom to do proper content and cool stuff they weren't able to do before. Absolutely. Absolutely. Were you nicer to your mom? I'm always nice to my mom. Someone doesn't Serena nerf, just don't play her. It's a PvE game. No one's going to dominate you with a broken character. A text message? That was just a meme. Alright. So let's get into it. I don't want people to come in here and be like, man, this Judge dude, he's like super negative. Like, people ask my questions and my opinions, and I'll give them. I'm just not going to glaze. Like, I'm just not going to sit here and glaze the devs. and the game's been out long enough that I can take the kid gloves off and like give actual criticism if I feel like criticism's warranted. I think that's just I think that's fair. But until we get the content in our hands, you can't criticize it. You can criticize like certain things, but and I don't think I really criticize that much. I think where it's been really irritating for people is I've beat up the Serena thing a lot. I think I've really beat up the Serena and Inez thing, but that's because I constantly get fucking asked about it. Like, if I constantly get asked about something, then I either just respond to it or tell people to shut the fuck up. I don't want to talk about it anymore. You know? And I feel like I don't want to be shitty to people if I don't need to be. You're a mom, having a great day, excited for the future First Descendant. Yeah, I'm super excited. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there hanging out. It was good. We're getting ready to watch it. So I know there's one thing. It's always good to stay true and honest to your values. Yeah, I know that there are times where I talk about some shit too much, but at the end of the day, I always think I give the game like a fair shake, and I always try to speak for the community that we have. All right, guys. What up, Graybeard? Love you. We're gonna go ahead and watch this. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm going to talk about it as it comes, but I'm not going to pause the video and go on tangents unless something really happens or somebody really triggers me. We'll kind of talk about it and just talk about the good and the bad. We'll kind of keep it short. And then for like further thoughts, I'll work on a YouTube video where I take the time to explain how I feel about things and the good and the bad with the upcoming season. Does that make sense? This is going to be more of a reaction. And then in post, I'll do a video where I give my actual, like, more ironed out thoughts instead of just off the cuff.
Well, hello there.
What up, Yuki? What up, Z? So as long as you guys are good with that, we're going to go ahead and get started, and we'll see what they're coming up with. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty good. So we'll go through most of this, and we'll see what they say. Rusty just said, "Oh, fuck you guys," by the way. She's just so mad about this live stream. All right, here we go.
We are aware that some assets were shared before our broadcast today, but please stay tuned as our...
Hold on. Did they just film this on like the world's shittiest camera? Or is it just shitty quality?
Our devs will be sharing information in more detail, and we also have a live viewership event going on. So just I'll be talking about that a bit later, so please enjoy the broadcast. Now that was a long intro. Please give a warm welcome to the producer and creative director of the First Descendant.
Did they bake in a sponsorship banner into their live stream? Do you see it up in the top left? So like the First Descendant like baked in, or was that from E3? You guys see that up there in the corner? That's very interesting. Sorry, I know that's like completely off topic and not important whatsoever, but I thought it was something maybe I needed to close. It's literally baked into their live stream.
Send it. Hey guys, could you give a brief introduction of yourselves? PD님, 디렉터님, 자기소개 좀 부탁드립니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 퍼스트 디센던트 프로듀서 맡고 있는 이범준이라고 합니다. 반갑습니다.
So hi, this is Bum-Jun Lee, producer of the First Descendant.
What's up, Boston?
Hey!
It's great to be here at PAX East. I'm Minseok, the creative director of the First Descendant. Call me Jooms. Yeah.
I figured this man could speak English.
Yeah, thank you.
I had a really good feeling he could speak English this whole time.
So, this...
But to be fair, like when you're like answering questions and you have a translator there, somebody that can do it for you, it's much easier to speak in your native language because you have a much larger vocabulary and the translator has a better vocabulary in both languages. So it would make sense, like when he does the developer live streams, to speak in his native language. That way he can convey his messages properly. Yeah, it's just to make it better for him.
This is our 7th Dev Live, all the way here at Boston on the PAX East main theater. So how do you guys feel? 오늘 팍스에서 데브 라이브 하는 소감 좀 말씀 부탁드립니다.
네, 그동안은 저희가 한국 스튜디오에서만 방송을 진행했었는데요. 이렇게 미국 보스턴에서 열리는 팍스 이스트 현장에 와서 직접 플레이어 여러분들을 만나 뵙고 방송을 진행하게 돼서 매우 뜻깊은 것 같습니다. 긴장이 많이 되지만 무척이나 설레네요.
So our previous Dev Live broadcasts were shot in our studio located in Korea. Today is especially meaningful as we can meet the community in person and host this event live from PAX East in Boston.
My first watch
I feel
roll.
both
I haven't seen
nervous
it yet.
and incredibly excited. Thank you.
네, 저희가 온라인으로만 그동안 라이브를 했다가 이렇게 큰 홀에서 많은 분들 모시고 하다 보니까 저도 지금 너무 긴장이 되고 있고요. 저희가 긴장 오늘 조금 적게 할 수 있도록 이렇게 소개할 때마다 조금 박수와 환호성 많이 부탁드리겠습니다.
That's right. After only being able to connect with our players online, doing a live broadcast at this huge hall makes me really nervous. Your applause and cheer will be appreciated as it will be a big help for us to ease a bit.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
감사합니다. 저희가 이번 팍스에 참가한 가장 큰 이유도 이렇게 직접 플레이어 여러분들을 만나 뵙고 싶고 소통하고 싶었기 때문인데요. 그리고 거기다가 이제 저희랑 같이 하실 커뮤니티 매니저님이 생겨서 저희도 너무 든든하네요.
The biggest reason we've decided to participate in PAX was to meet and communicate with our players in person. And he says it's really good to have me here. And thanks, it's really good to be here too, to meet the community. So,
is that their community manager?
Quick show of hands, who here has played the first Descendant? Oh, I'm seeing so many hands here. We're really touched. I'm sure
Toenail Guy's
the
a
players on
legend.
YouTube
I've heard that
can't
he's
see the number of
interesting.
hands here, but yeah, we have a lot. Now, we are fairly a new game that has been going on for less than a year. So as our creative director mentioned, your support here and online would be much appreciated. And I'm sure there are some of you who haven't played our game yet. We hope that today's Dev Live really helps you truly experience the charm and excitement of the first Descendant. 그래서 오늘 데브 라이브 통해서 퍼스트 디센던트의 매력을 충분히 느껴보셨으면 합니다.
네, 방금 저희 퍼스트 디센던트 플레이어 해보신 분이 계시냐고
I feel like you've seen him in another stream.
거의
I
대부분 손을
guarantee it.
드셔가지고 깜짝 놀랐는데 화면으로는 잘 안 보이셨겠죠 아마.
So he was really surprised to see so many of you who have actually played our game, and we were really touched. But unfortunately, on YouTube, yeah, they couldn't see it.
Oh yeah, I mean it's
네,
definitely nice
참고로
for them
제가
to come
지난
over
3월에
here.
게임 개발자 컨퍼런스에서 발표를 했었는데요. 그때도 샌프란시스코까지 플레이어 여러분들이 직접 찾아오셔서 만나 뵙고 해서 굉장히 감동을 받았는데 오늘 이 자리에서도 이렇게 많은 플레이어 여러분들을 만나고 소통하게 돼서 정말 기쁩니다.
At the Game Developers Conference event in March, I was truly touched when fans came to see us in person. And today, I'm just as thrilled to have the chance to connect with even more of you here. Now, our announcement is being broadcasted live on our First Descendant official YouTube channel. And in celebration of the Dev Live at PAX East, we've prepared a special event for everyone. So each time our YouTube live viewership reaches a certain figure, we will be giving out various in-game rewards. So for those of you watching at home, if you have any friends or fellow players who aren't watching the broadcast yet, please feel free to invite them over and share the fun. It's going to be a great opportunity to earn a lot of rewards for the
What
first
up,
Descendant.
Connor?
So please stay tuned until the end of our Dev Live. 자, 그래서 저희 유튜브 실시간 시청자 수가 지금 1.7 넘을 때마다 다양한 인게임 아이템을 제공해드릴 예정이니 아직 방송 시청하고 있지 않은 친구나 플레이어분들이 계시다면
Riley,
같이
they peaked
초청해서
at 21. They were very happy. I guarantee it.
Shall we begin? 그럼 한번 시작해
21's pretty
볼까요?
good for the amount
So
of
director,
players
what
they
will
have.
you be sharing today? 오늘은 어떤 것들을 보여줄 예정입니까?
네, 오늘은 다가오는 시즌 3 대규모 업데이트를 맞이해서 신규 콘텐츠들의 조금 더 많은 정보들을 공개할 예정입니다. 특히 많은 분들이 궁금해하셨던 퍼스트 디센던트의 첫 콜라보레이션도 오늘 이 자리에서 최초 공개됩니다.
Today we'll be sharing more information on the upcoming Season 3 Mega Update. We're also unveiling the first Descendant's very first collaboration right here for the first time, something many of you have been eagerly waiting for.
네, 그리고 마지막에는 플레이어 여러분들의 의견을 직접 듣고자 현장 Q&A 시간도 가지고자 합니다.
And since we're eager to hear your opinions, we'll be hosting
they
a
were gonna
live
make
Q&A
it.
session after the announcement.
I mean,
So
20K
for
is a
those
good
of you who
number,
wish to
for sure.
participate in the Q&A, feel free to come up to the
Also, if you guys are wondering, there's like a whining noise. That's their mics and their audio setup. That's not me. So if you can hear it, that's 100% their live stream and not my audio setup. It's very faint, but if you can hear it, that's 100% their audio setup and not mine.
to the microphone. I think, yeah, we'll be ready soon after
On YouTube,
we
it's
do
big.
the broadcast.
I mean,
Thank
it's
you.
good size, really.
네, 지금
21K is
벌써
fine.
유튜브 시청자가 8,000명 넘었다는 소식입니다.
I just received news from our creative director that our live viewership has gone over 8K. So yeah, let's keep going. Aiming for 20K. Let's go. All right. Thank you for so many people watching this. All right, then I guess we got to get started on season 3. So let's talk about it. Season
right, let's
3,
see this.
the breakthrough, which is going to come this summer. What would you like to introduce first? 그럼 시즌 3에서 가장 먼저 소개하실 내용이 무엇일까요?
네, 시즌 3의 중심 무대가 될 초대형 필드 바로 엑시온입니다.
So this is Axion, an enormous field that will be the main stage of season 3.
바로
The
인류가
Luminous
두
Towers is
번째
a meme
생존 거점을 엑시온에서
point.
건설하려고 했던 곳인데요. 불안정한 차원 에너지와 보이드 폭풍 때문에 지금은 버려진 땅이 되었습니다.
The Axion plains is where mankind tried to build the second survival outpost, Axion. It remains deserted due to unstable dimension energy and a void storm.
네, 엑시온 필드에는
I imagine a lot of people are still going to coast till season 3. There's just not like an insane amount to do for most gamers that are currently in. And like the season 2 too, like the last couple things coming, for most people aren't going to make that big of a difference. I mean, some people might come back and like update their builds for like the mutated cells or whatever, but I don't think it's going to matter that much. They were sad most of the stuff got leaked, which is understandable. Yeah, I mean, somebody broke the embargo. Like it seems to be something that happens more and more here frequently. I'm just assuming whatever news site that they gave the info to was owned by Sony. It's very sad when companies break embargoes. I think Nexon should sue. I think that at this point, I've been seeing so many embargoes broken and it taking away the thunder from these companies who put things together to try to make something exciting for their community. I think you should 100% sue people for breaking these embargoes. The leak ruined the surprise. It fucking devastated it for a lot of people. So yeah, I honestly think that I think that they should sue. But it ruined the excitement because if you're somebody that follows, you have to pay attention to it, right? Like you have to pay attention to it. So I think it was really bad for the community, and I definitely think that they should sue the outlets. I also think that the content creators who covered it should have pulled their videos.
여러 미션들이 있는데요.
What was leaked? So basically this entire interview, basically the first Descendant team had done similar interviews with news outlets 1 hour before. Yeah, the damage was already done. Absolutely. The news outlets, so they had done a very similar interview with other news outlets, and those news outlets had information about what was going to come out. And essentially from my understanding, it went live at like 2 a.m. my time. Your name dropping for accountability reasons. Oh, for sure. But essentially, the news panel, I think we talked about it at the beginning of the stream, and I'm not going to go over it too much, but essentially what I'm assuming was they had scheduled the story to go live automatically on their website, and it was probably supposed to go live at like 2 or 3 a.m. Eastern, or 2 or 3 p.m. Eastern after the dev live stream, but somebody misput it in as 2 or 3 a.m. So then the news story went live at like 2 or 3 a.m. and people saw it and covered it. And then once people realized what had happened, they had pulled the story, but the damage was already done. So yeah, I think I think that the damage was done. Yeah, that's fucked. And 100% Sony did it on purpose. Yeah, it was 100% Sony. But I think that there should be accountability. Because, oh yeah, I don't need to see it. Well, it's exactly what happened. I guarantee it stole some of the viewership from their reveal, and it took some of the wind out of their sails. Because, like, if you didn't know that it was leaked, right? And you just woke up and you checked your YouTube feed and you saw a video by a content creator with like all the images from the new season 3 update, and it like itemized broke down all the new things you were getting, it would be almost impossible not to click on that and watch it. Because you care so much and you're like, oh fuck, the info's already out. This is like pre-stream info. You know what I mean? So I just think that I think it sucked for their team, and I think that not that creator, but I think they should go after whatever news outlet broke the embargo. Yeah, I think that whoever broke the embargo should be sued, because I'm really getting tired of companies like Sony and these other companies breaking fucking embargoes and having nothing done to them, but then because these big companies break embargoes, these brands don't reach out to smaller content creators because they think that we'll break embargoes as well. Even though there's way more on the line for us not to break the embargo than there is some big news outlet. Because I've heard that before when I was in the industry, where companies were like, we're deathly afraid that the embargoes will get broken and information will leak out, so we don't want to give people anything. Didn't tune in for the dev stream because he saw the leaks. Yeah, and I like him. I'm sure there's a lot of people who did the same. 100%. Feel like it was targeted. It could have been. Wasn't going to look at the leaks, but I hope, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, especially if it was the leaks. Like, we're doing the dev live stream after the dev live stream happened because I had some shit going on. So I know a lot of people have already seen this content, but we're going to go over it together. And then, again, I will put a YouTube together of my full thoughts. It was all Corel, basically. I will put together like a video of like my actual full thoughts on what I think about the positives and the negatives. Leaks are covered on the side anyway. So, all right, let's keep moving. The devs just seem so innocent to trust people. The leaker's working for Corel. Exactly. You want my full thoughts on Luna's toes? Get the fuck out of here. You're timed out. All right. Yeah, it was just too late. I mean, there's just once it's fucked, it's fucked. And these companies need to have better accountability. These companies just need to have better accountability because they make it bad for all the rest of us in the industry. Glorp feet, Luna's toes. That's Luna's toes right there. Nerds. She doesn't wash her feet.
그 중에 격전지라는 콘텐츠로 플레이어가 함께 모여서 미션에 도전하도록 유도합니다. 격전지가 된 미션은 난이도가 상승하고 더 좋은 보상을 제공하고요.
You guys already saw it. Yeah, I figured most of you guys will do a good
변경되기
job not
때문에
spoiling it for me.
자연스럽게 격전지를 중심으로 함께 플레이를 하게 됩니다.
There are many missions within the Axion Plains, but the battlefield content is what lures players to participate in missions together. So the mission that is designated as a battlefield becomes more difficult and provides better rewards. As it is changed regularly, players will mostly focus on the battlefields in the Axion Plains. I heard that there were new enemies waiting for us there. 이번 맥시온 평야에서 새롭게
I don't. I get that, Piyush. I honestly think that it's not a problem to compare this game to Warframe. I don't think that it's unfair to draw those comparisons as long as it's done in good faith. I understand that there are some people who don't like the comparisons, but it's impossible not to draw them. Started watching. I saw you watching it, so you thought you watch it with me. I appreciate you, Connor. Yeah, those are just the goals. If they hit certain viewership, they're going to give things away.
등장하는 적도 있다고 들었습니다.
네, 맞습니다. 카렐이 거신의 유기물로 만들어낸 인조 생명체 균열의 군단이 끝없이 밀려옵니다.
That's right, the Legion of Breach swarm in endlessly, which are artificial life forms created by Corel through organisms of the Colossus.
그리고 보이드 폭풍의 변이 된 돌연변이가 엑시온을 지배하고 있습니다.
In addition, mutants that have been mutated by the Void Stone roam the deserted land.
네, 엑시온의 커다란 돌연변이는 단단한 외골격 그리고 강력한 발톱을 가지고 있는데요. 보시죠, 되게 굉장히 크죠.
I think these are really cool models. I think these, like, I'm not going to stop this a whole lot. I think these are really cool models. As long as you just don't instantly vaporize them with Inez, then, and they require you to play around them, then they're going to be super fun. But if you develop these, like, really interesting looking models, and then your descendants, like Bunny, can just run through and they all die instantly, or like Freyna can just permanently delete the room, then it kind of loses a little bit of impact. Because I think an enemy like this looks super cool. And if you had to, like, work around trying to use skills or something to stun it so you can get shots on it because it uses those shields to block itself, and it has, like, a really cool gameplay mechanic around it that's super awesome. But if you develop an amazing looking character model and then you never see it because it dies instantly, it kind of loses its impact. Yeah, it literally the exact same thing, Trey. It's exactly what I'm thinking. With the new Sigma sectors, some of them are actually pretty neat looking. Yeah, they're super neat looking, but if they die before you ever even see them, then what was the impact?
Yeah. These big mutants of
10 seconds is being kind. Inez can clear it in 2 seconds. Yeah, like, you wouldn't even see this fucker spawn on the screen.
Axion possess tough exoskeleton and
Looks
powerful
cool.
claws.
Looks super fucking
균열의
cool.
군단과 함께
Very
등장해서
excited
엑시온
for the
평야에 더
character design.
복잡한 위험을 만들어내는
I think the character
몬스터입니다.
design's awesome.
These create a complicated threat within the Axion planes along with the Legion of Breach. Wow, so that's pretty epic looking at all of this here in the Axion planes. But, you know, when I look at it,
Dude, I'm excited for Doom. I'm excited for Doom. PoE, DO3, D4, and now like that, you walk in and everything dies. Yeah, you can't really enjoy the gameplay mechanics. Doing good, enjoying the content, doing some grinding. Dude, appreciate that. Dude, hopefully the grind's going good for you. He's a 10, but he dies fast. Fucking Lamal. Oh, we playing Doom. We playing Doom. When's that come out? Like a couple weeks?
it does seem a bit big for our descendants to be running around. 이게 굉장히 넓은 지역으로 보여서 이게 좀 뛰어다니기는 어려워 보이긴 하거든요.
네, 그래서 저희가 호버바이크를 준비했습니다.
So for that, we created the hover bike. It's not coming up yet, but can we see the hover bike?
좀 재밌는 게 제가 이제 말하고 통역을 하시.
Are you bad for only wanting to care about the general play? I got told that I'm trolling if I don't want to play the hard end game. Why? I think that whoever told you you're trolling is just an asshole. I don't think that every player in the game needs to be a hardcore gamer. I don't think every player needs to be hardcore. I think a valid game ecosystem has a mix of like your casual players, you people who log on daily, just do their dailies and log off, people who like to no brain run 400s, and people who want to get in and sweat their nuts out. So like I think you need content for everybody. Stop nerving and make the game stronger content. I think they need to work on some stuff. The whole thing about Nexon suing is basically just around the leaks, and I think that the reason I say that is because I think that a lot of, I'm not going to rehash this, but I think a lot of news outlets are getting away with breaking embargoes that shouldn't, and I think breaking embargoes hurts the hype around a game. And if companies are going to be afraid to give small content creators a chance because they're afraid that we're going to break embargoes, but then they give these major news outlets content, and then those guys break embargoes all the time, and nothing happens to them, then fuck those guys. So that's my view on that. I'm not saying that the company doesn't need to step up and do better, but that's what I mean on suing them. Doom sucks. I think the new Doom's going to be fun. I'm pretty excited for it. Doom in 1 day, 6 hours. Oh, if you have like the premium Game Pass, I'm definitely excited to try it. I have Game Pass, so it's on my list.
이기 때문에 제가 말하고
I'm excited to play it.
조금 있다가 반응을 해주시면.
그러네요. 예. 일단 한번 좀 말씀해 주시죠. 호버바이크에 대해서.
네. 퍼스트 디센던트를 저희가 처음 만들 때 저희가 이제 정의한 게 멋진 캐릭터가 총싸움하는 게임이라고 정의를 하고 시작을 했거든요. 호버바이크는 같은 선상에서 멋진 캐릭터가 멋진 포즈로 호버바이크를 탄다 이런 컨셉으로 시작을 했습니다.
So when I first began working on the first Descendant, I defined the game as a shooting game played with cool characters. Now the hoverbike started as a similar concept with a cool character riding a cool hoverbike.
네, 일단 짧은
They're talking
트레일러부터
about the
보겠습니다.
hoverbikes if you're
We
curious.
prepared a short trailer. Let's take a look.
Because I like cut in. Let me move my head. Let me move my head to the other side. Nope. Okay. I must have what the fuck? Hold on. Why is this settings? Give me a second. What? Why? Hold on. Hold on, guys. Let me look at something. PCIe mobile. PCIe mobile. Oh, main screen capture's covering it. There we go. Sorry about that. I had changed some stuff, and then I want to make sure you guys can see what's going on. Where's my chat box? What is it being covered up by? Something got covered up. I've got my shit being covered up because there's the chat box. It's just over there. It's just really hard to see. It's fine. Well, let's move it move it here. That's fine. That'll be good. That's good enough. That's good enough. All right, let's keep going. That was it? Dude, that was a bunny video. You could have told me that they were releasing a brand new Descendant, and I would have been like, "Oh, that's bunny. That's cool. That's like a cool Descendant." There was nothing about. They didn't even show the bike out on the Axiom. That was interesting. Yay, we got sparrows. Essentially, that was. I spent more time readjusting my scene so you guys could watch that than we actually spent watching the trailer. Oh my god. That's hilarious. Jesus, fuck me, boys.
Yeah, just looking at Bunny over there, riding that
What, that ass shot? I mean, that's basically all it was an ass shot.
makes me look forward to the speed of the hoverbike. 이 버니가 딱 호버바이크 타니까 정말 속도감이 느껴지긴 합니다.
네, 호버바이크는 시즌 3에 접속을 하기만
I literally think Bunny's ass got more screen time than the bike did.
해도 기본형을 획득할 수가 있고요. 그리고 엑시온 평야에서 가속형 그리고 부스트형 호버바이크를 직접 파밍할 수도 있고.
Yeah, I actually have no idea what this bike looks like, but I can tell you what Bunny's ass looks like at the end of it. So to me, this was a Bunny ass trailer. 100% and had nothing to do with this bike. Wait, there was a bike? Exactly. All I can see is the back of the bike.
있습니다.
So simply by logging on into the first Descendant during Season 3, players will be able to earn the basic version of the hoverbike and will be able to farm the accelerated and boosted version of the bike within the Axiom planes.
그리고 모든 호버바이크는 개조를 통해서 성능을 강화시킬 수 있고요. 주행 중에 부스트와 점프를 활용한 다이나믹한 이동이 가능합니다.
Every hoverbike's abilities can be enhanced, and players will be able to move dynamically by using the boost and jump functions.
Dynamic motion on it.
그리고 엑시온에는 호버바이크로
Didn't notice
파괴할 수
the-
있는
didn't notice
오브젝트도
it? I mean,
있고요.
I barely
항공에서
noticed there was a bike
낙하하는
there.
보급물자 컨텐츠도 있고
Jesus Christ.
시간 내에 호버바이크로 주행을 경쟁하는 그런 서브 컨텐츠도 다양하게 준비되고 있습니다.
In Axion, there will be options
People will swipe their credit card if you can get rid of the back of the bike to where you can see those cheeks spread better. Guaranteed people buy that fucker. If it looks like, you know, the bitch on the back of the bike look in those skin tight pants, guaranteed people pay for it. It doesn't really use it because flying around and jumping is much more fun. It's probably faster. I would say I guarantee it's faster. 400% on the bike would be so fun. If they let you take them in. This is sad.
that can be destroyed with the hoverbike,
What's
along
sad?
with supply crates falling from the sky, and also new sub-content that requires players to reach a certain destination within a time limit.
그리고 당연히
bike's gonna
호버바이크도
break.
개성 있는 스킨으로 꾸밀
Well, basically right there, they just said there's going to be like time trials, so the bike's definitely going to break move speed.
수가 있고 또 호버바이크랑 완벽하게 어울리는 계승자 스킨, 뭐 예를 들면 라이더 복장 같은 것도 함께 선보일 예정입니다.
So the hoverbike can be decorated with various skins, and a new Descendant skin, like something like a rider, will also be added as well.
엑시온을 플레이어 여러분들께서 좋아하는 스타일로 달릴 수가 있을 거예요.
Players will be able to race through Axion in their favorite own style.
네, 제가 호버바이크 스킨을 봤는데요. 상당히 멋있게 잘 나왔습니다.
So our producer just said that he saw the skins and they look awesome.
네. 땡큐.
Hopefully this chat's working.
네, 다음 컨텐츠로는 많은 플레이어 여러분들이
Q&A
오랫동안
confirmed
기다려온 컨텐츠입니다. 바로 필드 거신 레이드고요.
And we also have another content that many
Yeah, it's
players have been
working.
looking forward to, which is the Colossus Field Raid.
네, 지금 화면에 보이고 있는데 출시 이전부터 필드에서
Did they say field raid? So it's not an actual raid?
거신과 싸우는 장면을 많이 소개해드린 적이 있었는데요. 드디어 이번 여름 시즌 3에서 정식으로 여러분께 선보이게 되었습니다.
For the launch of our game, we've shown scenes of Colossus battles within the field. We're finally ready to bring it with the Season 3 update.
I definitely told you it was going to be Eidolons.
네, 이 콘텐츠는 최대 8인이 한
I think that they're probably using the term raid correctly, but I think in gaming, the term raid means something traditionally different.
함께 즐길 수 있는 거신 레이드 콘텐츠고요. 엑시온 필드의 규모에 맞춰서 지금까지 어떤 거신보다도 훨씬 더 거대하게 설계가 되었습니다.
The Colossus Field Raid is an 8-player raid content and is being created to match the huge size of Axion, making it the largest Colossus ever.
네, 그래서 지금 이제 화면에 나오고 있는 저 이미지가 바로 저희
How
첫
big is
번째
it?
필드 거신이라고 할 수 있는 월크래셔의 컨셉 원화입니다.
So the image you're seeing is the concept art of our first
2X?
Colossus named the Wall
Okay.
Crasher. Wow, this looks so cool. It's like so big.
That's
so
what she
I guess
said?
players
Giggity.
they'll be able to ride their hoverbike amongst the vast plains and then engage in combat with this. 호버바이크 타다가 거신과 전투할 수도 있는 걸까요?
네, 그렇습니다. 월크래셔는 엑시온 평야에서
It'll stay alive, make 3 movements, and die. If there are 8 people that can shoot this fucking thing as 8 Serenas with ATAMs, unless it has health gates or something, it's dead instantly.
정해진 시간마다 출몰하는 가장 거대한 필드 보스이고요. 이때 다 같이 모여서 월크래셔를 처치할 수 있습니다.
That's right. The Wall Crasher is an enormous field boss that appears in the Axion plains at a designated time.
Dice
Players can
spawning.
get together with other players to defeat the Wall Crasher.
네, 그리고 월크래셔를 처치하고 얻을 수 있는 특별한 보상이 있고요. 희귀한 보상을 더 높은 확률로도 얻을 수가 있습니다.
There will be a special reward for defeating the Wall Crasher and a higher probability to earn rare rewards.
8 Serena reverse
이
gangbang.
월크래셔가 이게 다른 거신보다 얼마나 컸었죠?
네, 얘가 한 40m 정도입니다.
10m면은 몇 배 정도인 거예요?
다른 거신보다 키가 2배 정도 더 크고요. 근데 부피가 있기 때문에 체감상 훨씬 크게
Poor
느껴지는
wall
그런
crasher.
거신이었어요.
So our producer asked, like, how big is the Wall Crasher compared to the other Colossus? And our creative director answered that about 40 meters, twice the size of any other Colossus, but due to the volume, it seemed to look bigger.
네, 그리고 다음 설명을 이어가기 전에 지금 유튜브 시청자 수가 10,000명을 넘어섰다고 하네요.
Somebody make me a gif of like the white chick on the couch, but replace the wall crasher with the white chick, and then replace all the black guys with Serena.
So
Not a gif, just an image.
before we move on, we've just received another news that our live viewership went over 10K. Yes.
Okay.
All right,
I'm sure somebody can put that together for me in 30 seconds.
we're almost there, everyone. We're almost there. 아, 좋습니다. 감사합니다. 지금 이제 라이브 시청자 수가 10,000명을 넘었다고 합니다. 자, 계속해 주십시오.
네, 월크래셔가 잉그리스에 나타.
So this is the 8-man raid though, right? Because that was one of my biggest concerns, was when I heard there was an 8-man raid, I was like, the community is not ready for an 8-man raid. Like, we can't even get people to work together to do very minimal Colossus fights, and that there would be a 0% probability that we would be able to clear an 8-man raid in pubs. But if this is what they're calling an 8-man raid, then it's technically probably a raid, like through the technical definition of what the word raid means in a dictionary. But for gaming, I don't necessarily consider this a raid. So, but it definitely makes me less concerned when they said 8-man raid, but also makes me more concerned that this is considered a raid.
할 때 차원의 균열이 확장되면서 엑시온 전역에 기이한 환경 변화가 일어납니다.
Or people and shit
보이드와
starts.
잉그리스의
Yeah.
경계가 뒤섞이는 연출이 보여지는데 이게 실제 이제 게임에서 보실 수가 있는데 굉장히 멋있는 장면입니다.
When the Colossus forms
Also, I mean, like, hold on, let me let them talk.
in Ingress, the dimensional wall expands, resulting in bizarre environmental changes throughout Axion. It's really spectacular to see when the boundary between the void and Ingress
It's
becomes
funnier than
unclear.
it should have been. I think it's
그리고
awesome though.
월크래셔는 한 번에 넓은
So I think that this is probably designed for 8 average geared players to be able to take down. So I really do think a handful of like cracked gamers with Serena, and you will hit, if this thing does have damage gates, you will hit them instantly.
공간을 장악하는 형태로 공격을 이어가게 되고요. 강력하게 공격하지만 육중하게 움직이기 때문에 잘 피해서 딜을 넣어야 하는 보스입니다.
The wall crasher continues its attacks by dominating a wide area in a single hit, like that over there. Its attacks are really strong, but as it moves heavily, players must avoid wisely
Can't be
and deal
beaten.
damage
It's
to it.
possible. It's
Wow,
possible.
awesome! You know, this huge field of Axion, along with a hover bike and this gigantic wall crasher Colossus over here, really makes me look forward to the summer update. Okay, let's see. Producer,
Why do I have a feeling that they're going to be like PC Crasher? There you go. Why do I have a feeling that they're highlighting different areas on here, like that chest thing, where you're going to probably like kneel it, like hit a damage gate and it'll kneel, and then you'll have to like grapple up and take that chest piece out of it to get it to go into the next phase. Like maybe that's some sort of barrier generator battery. And then they're showing off the things on its back, which are going to be like the cannons that are going to rain down hell from above. So I'm assuming that's how this will work, is you'll do a bunch of damage and it'll kneel, and then somebody will have to grapple up and rip that battery out of its chest so you can finish doing damage. On his specs, they list lag as his greatest defense. In Skyforge, damage gate removal from some bosses was a mistake. With games like this, you have to put damage gates in them, as much as I hate it, because of just the way it's set up. The way the power scaling works, you either have to put damage gates in, or you have to really have a balanced game that allows for bosses to soak damage without feeling spongy.
move on. During your presentation at the GDC,
His
you
hands may be
also
cannons.
mentioned a new content called the Lounge.
Could be.
Feature that will be welcomed by players who really care for their Descendants. Could you explain a bit more about that?
I'm actually really sad that we didn't see the wall crasher on the planes. Like, they didn't showcase any planes yet. They didn't showcase the bike on the planes, and they did not showcase the wall crasher on the planes moving around and people shooting it.
PD님 그 GDC에서 말씀 주셨던 라운지에 대해서도 한번 말씀 부탁드립니다.
네, 지금 바로 화면에 나왔네요. 네, 이 라운지는 플레이어가 보유한 계승자를 전시하고 상호작용하면서 휴식할 수 있는 공간입니다.
Sure, the lounge is a place where players can display their descendants and interact with them.
네, 놀랍게도 라운지에 들어서면 화면이 1인칭으로 전환이 될 거고요. 1인칭 상태에서 라운지를 돌아다닐 수가 있습니다.
It's a harem room.
When players enter the lounge, surprisingly, the screen turns to first person and players can look around.
네, 이 라운지에는
Unity.
거실도 있고요, 침실도 있고 샤워부스도 있습니다. 그리고 라운지에서 계승자들을 만나면 계승자가 플레이어들을 향해서 눈을 마주치고 인사도 할 거예요.
So within the lounge are a living room, bedroom, and a shower booth as well. And
I mean, those are the important things. That's all you really need in a house is like a living room, a bedroom, and a shower booth.
descendants here will greet you
Game just got a rated X rating.
while looking in the eye.
네,
Oh, you're gonna get eye contact from your descendants? Dude, this is definitely just turned into a one-handed play area.
플레이어는 이런 자신이 보유한 계승자를 라운지에
Showers, what they
배치할 수가
said.
있는데요. 이때 계승자의 의상이나 배치하는 위치 그리고
Do they change the
모션도
sheets?
그에
They're your
맞게
sheets.
선택을 할
Change them
수가
if you want.
있습니다.
Players can place their descendants in various places within the lounge, and at this point, players can put on their favorite skins and select the appropriate motion.
1 hour
잠깐만요.
AFK dailies.
그리고 이거 지금 화면에 보시는
네, 화면이 바뀌었네요.
So basically, it sounds like it's a room that you can like decorate with cosmetics and different ways to spend money, and then you can pick certain descendants and put them in certain areas. So there might be like a chair in the living room, and you can put say like bathing suit Luna sitting there. And then you can sit down and like have direct eye contact with her and you can make her do things. Just wait for it. I'm only imagining this is one-handed gaming room. That's exactly what this is.
저것은 라운지와 함께 추가되는 스킨입니다.
시선을
Looking at her
좀
toes. Shit.
뺐는데.
So that skin over there will come with the lounge update, which really looks
So the-
great.
네.
So they get the I'm going to bed cosmetic free. Everybody gets the I'm going to bed cosmetic. Is it only good in the lounge or can you wear it everywhere?
저 화면을 보다 갑자기 멘트가
That's the shower
생각이 안
room?
날라오는데
No.
예.
That's the bed, right?
그리고 라운지에는 컬러 토이즈 같은 수집품도 전시를 할 수가 있고요. 그리고 라운지를 위해서 전용 수집품도 많이 추가를 할 예정입니다. 이렇게 라운지는 플레이어의 추억 그리고 플레이 기록을 쌓을 수 있는 새로운 또 하나의 세계가 될 거라고 생각을
We're
합니다.
gonna turn off our
Players
webcam.
can also
when we
place
go in there the first
collectibles
time.
such as color toys within the lounge, and we'll also be adding lounge-specific collectibles as well. The lounge will be another world for our players, filled with various memories of our game.
Oh my god.
Wow. Okay, so I guess we've
Jesus.
gone over some of the new key features. And
Why no video? Why did they not do a walk around of the room showing like Glay or somebody sitting in the corner? Like this is triggering me so much worse than it should be. Time constraints, but they've had a still up the whole time. Like it could have just been playing in the background, you know what I mean? Like I feel like you could have just had it up in the background, just playing on loop. No video, 2 Gooner, maybe. What up, Wordu? What were you grinding on? More Nikki? Nice. How was your day? It's a valid trigger. Worries me a lot that we're not seeing gameplay. It's basically a trigger because it does worry me that we're not seeing gameplay. Like video wasn't goonery enough. Anytime I see stills and not gameplay, I get nervous. Obviously, I'm not worried that this content doesn't exist, but I truly feel like this would have been a good time to showcase off some B-reel. And there's like very minimal excuse not to show off B-reel. How you doing, Wordu? Oh, the bike video wasn't goonery enough. Lamau. Thank you for that, Poems. Not if it's ready. Yeah, but if it's not, if it's not ready at this point, then there's all sorts of other questions. Because that would mean that they're further out from the update than what they're leading on, or than what we're assuming. I don't want to say they're leading anything on. That's probably what they're working on. Man, you're running really low, though. Like, you're really, really tight on this. There's a detachable shower head. Yuki. What do you need a detachable shower head for? Think all they have is test concept renders? At this point, you would have to have this in the game.
How does the story of season 3 tie that all together? 지금까지
How does the story tie the shower together? That's what I need to know.
전개될지 한번 설명
Tell me how the story ties into the shower.
시즌 3에서는 카렐의 계획이 모두 드러나고요. 계승자들은 큰 위기를 맞이하게 됩니다. 카렐이 왜 잉그리스를 침략했는지 그리고 시그마 섹터에서 무엇을 준비하고 있었는지 하나씩 밝혀지게 됩니다.
During season 3, Karel's plans are revealed and the Descendants are faced with a big threat. Reasons for Karel's invasion on Ingress and what he was planning in the Sigma sector will be
See when you get back,
revealed.
Sifu.
그리고 이번 스토리는 엔조와 넬을 중심으로 진행이 되는데요. 퍼스트 디센
Maybe due to the leaks, left them feeling deflated. Possibly just wanted to get through as quick as possible. I think we talked about this earlier. I think the leaks were unfortunate, and I think that I'm not going to rehash this, but I think the leaks were unfortunate, and I think that any company that is leaking shit should be held liable. Just in general, I think they should. I still think that they didn't replace B-Real with stills. I think it was always set up to be this way. You make shower, now you make one-handed, as you said. Leave the game. If the upcoming content sucks, I think there are a lot of people that are banking a lot on this content, though, honestly.
던트의 플레이어 분들이라면 다들 아시겠지만 둘 사이에는 약간 묘.
I know I might be sounding a little harsh. I don't mean to sound harsh. I really it's very triggering for me that there's no B-Reel at all. Because while there is no indication that the stuff isn't done, the fact that they couldn't show B-Reel leads one to at least have an opening of doubt, and that's not something you want right now.
묘한 그런 기류가 흐르고 있잖아요.
And this time
I'm just
we'll
being
be
honest with you
focusing
guys.
on Enzo and Nell, and I'm sure the first Descendant players out there, you probably felt something between those two, right?
네, 그 로맨스의 결말이 어떻게 진행될 것인지 지켜보는 것도 시즌 3 에피소드 1 스토리의 백미가 될 거라고 생각합니다.
Well,
They're going down the wrong
watching
path
what
for their game.
becomes of their romance would be one of the highlights of season 3. Victor, you mentioned.
I'm hoping that this is like sort of them turning the corner. You know, Night Owl. I'm hoping this is them turning the corner.
You mentioned Enzo and Nell, but Nell doesn't have RK abilities, right?
네, 그런데 어젯밤에 이미
They just
정보가
magically
공개됐잖아요. 저희가 사실
공개를 하면 안 되죠. 우리가 한 건 아니니까.
네, 저희가 공개한 건 아니에요.
유출.
유출. 네.
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 Well, yeah, he said it was revealed.
That's a subjective statement. Well, what's wrong and what's right? Maybe we ain't seeing it. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And that's what I mean. Like, it's very subjective on what's wrong and what's right. At the end of the day, it's going to be about what causes people to play their game and what brings in new players, right? Because what I think might be good for the game might not be what's actually good for the game, or what I think draws in players might not be what actually draws in players, and what I think is pushing players away from the game might actually not be what's pushing people away from the game. Because right now, yeah, it sounds like the only thing that really matters is we get toenail paint for Luna to keep the fucking current player base happy. But do I really think that anybody that's not currently playing this game gives a fuck about that? Like, personally, I think not. Personally, I think it's a waste of time. Personally, I think the person that asked that is fucking shouldn't be allowed to ask any more questions about the game. So yeah. Didn't really hear them saying anything. Swords would be they're putting efforts in the wrong places. I think that I was talking about this in Discord earlier. I think that the swords plus Serena are going to be like new meta. It was a stupid Q&A. Oh, for sure. Season 3 bombs. I think if season 3 bombs, it's going to be pretty tough. There's nothing that I'm seeing that indicates that the season itself is going to be bad. But I can also say there's nothing that I'm seeing. There's nothing that I'm seeing that also indicates anything great about the season, because all I'm seeing is stills. You muted the Q&A? I heard the Q&A was ass. Or Sharon, may utilize them for stealth. Lol. Dude, the glort pedicure is killing me. My Freyna needs toenail paint more. All the toxins killing her cuticles. If they pull all of it, it could be amazing. Yeah, I mean, based on so far what I'm seeing, the concept behind it all is good. It's just how is the execution? Because we need to get through the whole Q&A. But out of the entire Q&A, all I'm seeing that they've added is a new zone with a new raid boss. That's not a lot.
But yeah, turning around, it
sounds
wasn't
like good
revealed,
next steps
so-
for sure.
Yeah, director, why don't you give it to us?
네.
뭘까요? 다음.
네, 오늘 서프라이즈 하려고 했는데 아쉽게 됐고요. 그 아르케는 후천적으로 발현될 수가 있어요. 이미 많은 계승자들이 그렇게 각성을 했으니까요. 넬이 과연 어떤
Looks promising.
계기로
They won't
각성할지에
nerf Serena.
대해서는 메인
Serena's not being
스토리에서 또 많은 기대 부탁드리겠습니다.
They're gonna balance her. They're gonna
yeah,
balance
he wanted
around
this
her.
to be a surprise, but anyway, Arca can be developed over time, and many descendants have already awakened like that before. So please look forward to seeing how Nell awakened her powers with the season 3 main story.
Apparently, it said there's a lot more activities to do in the area, like character upgrades, item upgrades, their highlight, and the bike upgrades. Yeah, and there could be like a whole lot of really cool systems in there that we're just not seeing yet, which could give us like a lot to do in a gameplay loop. I just don't know. To be fair, we're not sending our best. And last we did was a year ago with the CC interview. Yeah. There are gamers who play the actual game, but also feel that there are those who play for female eye candy. Absolutely. One-handed play. There's always going to be unhappy players one way or the other. There's absolutely going to be unhappy players one way or the other. The important part is, what are you doing to grow your IP? If you are growing your IP and you're growing your game and you're grabbing market share, then you're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? The bike upgrades will probably be like jump races. Absolutely. What up, Bother? They need to keep the game fresh. Absolutely. Want swords, bikes, guns, Luna and Nell. Looking forward to 8-player bosses. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. We need some Jaber love. Soon. I think he just needs such a bad rework that it's going to take him a little bit of time.
네, 일단 계승자가 된 넬의 모습부터 보시도록 하겠습니다.
Let's see how Nell looks as a descendant. Yes. Wow, she
넬이
She
흑화한
does.
것 같아. 표정이. 흑화한 것
Luna
같아.
buffing 7 other players is going to be
Acne.
insane for sure.
says she kind of looks like a dark version of Nell, but yeah, she does have a different kind of charm compared to when she was an NPC. So I think many players
She looks good. I don't think she
from the
looks bad.
community, you've all been wanting
interesting
to play
style.
as Nell, and the wish has finally been granted. 그 많은 플레이어들이
I
Thank
think
you.
it's an interesting style.
Thank you.
People are worried about Luna's toes while Jaber needs a complete rework. Yeah,
캐릭터화가
definitely
드디어
wrong
이루어지게
priorities.
됐습니다.
Trinity
네, 계속-
Nell. It's basically, yeah, Matrix.
계승자 넬의 능력은 바로
Kinda feel the
염동력이고요.
face as a
넬은
downgrade.
애시브를 활용해서
You view her
적에게
from the back
표식을 부여하고
anyway.
표식을 가진 적에게 스킬과 총기로
She's covered
공격했을
still
때 추가
sexy. I
피해를
think there's
입히는
nothing wrong with that.
능력을 가지고
Not everything needs to be tits out to be, you know, to be an attractive or a cool looking skin. You know, like it doesn't all need to be tits and cheeks, and you can still make a skin look good. You love the outfit? I think it looks great on her. I think this is a badass looking outfit that isn't all TNA. Don't get me wrong, I like the tits out and I like the ass out on certain things, but that doesn't mean that's the only way to make something sexy. Yeah, like Inez is fully covered and she looks amazing. Exactly. You can do it both ways and it's fine. Clothes after all is what enforces the shape off. Oh yeah. You'd wear that for Halloween. I think I could see this being cosplayed, and because of that, it's good. Blade Matrix vibes, absolutely. If you can see something being cosplayed, then it's a good design style. Like if you can see people that look at that and go, I like that, I would wear that, as like a style, then you've done really good on your character design. I think it looks great. I think it's going to look even better with the melee. And it sounds like she's going to have like Lepic suck. And she's going to have this telekinesis power, so maybe she'll fit in really, really well with the melee.
있습니다.
So as a Descendant, one word that can define Nell would be telekinesis. And Nell uses SF to mark her enemies, and she can deal extra damage when using skills or firearms to attack enemies that have been marked.
네, 아르케를 염력으로 사용해서
In those vault
적들을
passive,
끌어당기거나 적들에게 디버프를 부여하기도 하는데요.
She utilizes arcade-like telekinesis throwing spears, which pulls nearby enemies or gives debuffs to them.
그리고 모든 사격을 약점으로 판정하기 때문에 런앤건 플레이에도 아주 잘 어울리는 특징을 가지고 있습니다.
She's also capable of changing all of her gunshots into weak point shots, which would really match well with the run and gun gameplay.
네, 그리고 넬은 엔조와 썸이 있잖아요. 네, 그래.
Well, what I'm curious about is if it's only for guns or if swords count as guns. Right? So if swords count as guns, like if it's weapons, like all weapon damage is weak point damage, and then she can suck enemies into her, she could suck a whole room and then use like the new swords or whatever to do just a bunch of damage and get weak point damage with weak point multipliers, and then put critical hits on the sword, and then have like, you know, a 5, 6, 7, 8x multiplier on her crits, and then build her into crits, and then have her automatically do weak point damage, and you don't even have to build into it for double. Here, let me go back. Let me go back.
To them.
그리고 모든 사격을 약점으로 판정하기
Enemies, and she can deal extra damage.
표식을 가진 적에게 스킬과 총기로 공격.
Yo, what up? Moxie raid? What the fuck? What is Moxie doing? Suff, my dude? Dude, look at that Moxie man show up. What up, boss?
Well, hello there.
Yo, thank you for the
Thanks
raid,
for the
brother.
follow.
You got a dip. I feel that, Moxie, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for bringing your awesome community in. Thank you very, very, very much for the support, brother. I will definitely catch up with you. I used to work at Mythic, so I'm pretty sure I've seen your name a few times. But, yo, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for bringing in the love. Thank you for dropping off your awesome community. Did you get to the Q&A? No, I haven't got to the Q&A. This is my first time watching it. I had some family shit, so I had to miss it, like, right when it was going live. So we're watching it on the back end. But, yo, thank you, Moxie. Thank you for bringing in. Thank you. I've heard about the toes, though. We ain't got there yet. We're just at Nell right now. Welcome on in, Raiders. Thank you guys for coming across with Moxie. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for coming with the raid. I know it's super easy to dip out on a raid. You don't know who you're coming in to see, so, you know, sometimes it ain't worth it. Normally, I suit up and dress up, but it was just a lazy as fuck day today. But thank you guys for coming across with Moxie. My guys, I don't even need to tell you to go follow and sub to Moxie. You already know who Moxie is. You guys already know this man. So definitely, if you haven't followed Moxie, go check him out. Let's try. Where's my button? I have a button. Kennedy, thank you for gifting the sub. Let's see if this actually plays Moxie's clip.
Kennedy,
I don't know. We'll see if it does. But all
1710
right, guys. Thank you guys for coming over. It says a lot about the First Descendant community. Yo, I appreciate you guys.
Resident Evil
There's some
series.
Moxie.
It had the voice actor for
Yeah,
what's
everyone's
the
saying
guy
skip the shit.
in Overwatch, the Tranquility Healer. Whoa!
Let's his Moxie clip play, and then I'm gonna get back into it. Kennedy, thank you for gifting 5 subs out, mate. Thank you for the support.
Kennedy
Oh, shit, that's our goal.
1710 gifted 5 subscriptions.
Nell's a W.
Oh
That's
my
we were
goodness.
literally just talking about how good she looks.
Way.
Like how her suit looks good. But it's not like all tits and ass, right? Like it's a good looking skin, but it doesn't have to be like full blown like G-string to still look good. And so we're thinking it looks good. We're actually trying to catch up. There was a spot for somebody was asking me. It gives Albert West vibes, yeah. Let me try to catch this because I think she gets like telekinesis where she can suck shit in. Benji, thank you for the biddies. Rusty, thank you for the biddies. Kennedy, thank you for the 5 subs. Guys, thank you guys for the love and support. So hold on, let me see if I can find this.
역했을 때 추가 피해를
Yo, thank you guys for all the love and support. It's the default Nell look.
입히는
Let's see if it's
능력을
right
가지고
here.
있습니다.
So as a Descendant, one word that can define Nell would be telekinesis. And Nell uses SF to mark her enemies, and she can deal extra damage when using skills or firearms to attack enemies that have been marked.
네, 아르케를 염력으로
I might have to go
사용해서
back further.
적들을
There was a spot where they
끌어당기거나
talked
적들에게
about it. Code, thank you for the
부여하기도
biddies.
하는데요.
She utilizes arcade-like telekinesis throwing
Here it
spears,
is.
which pulls nearby enemies or gives debuffs to them.
So it was right there. She can pull nearby enemies or debuff them. Yo, Teray, thank you for the 500 biddies. Code, thank you for the 100 biddies. Kennedy, thank you for gifting out another sub. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for all the love. Def gonna be non-at. I would say probably non-at. Lepic suck adjacent. Well, that's what we were just theorying. Yo, man, thank you guys for the follows. We keep them anonymous. Sprit, thank you for banging me. We keep all of our follows anonymous. Nobody's going to know if you follow. If you want to follow because you just think it's a cool place to be, go ahead and follow. And nobody's going to call you out. So thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for the follows. Kennedy, thank you for another 5 gifted. Seriously, thank you guys for the support. Nobody's going to know you follow.
I'm watching gay porn right now. I hate my job because I love gay porn.
Hopefully nobody's at work right now. Call you out. If that's what you want, Pretty, I'll call you out. But yeah, nobody's going to know you followed. Your favorite streamer's not going to know you're following me. Nothing like that. You can follow. You can find your way back. It's going to be cool. But thank you guys for the love. Thank you guys for coming across with the raid. It definitely. So what we were theory crafting.
Thanks for the follow.
Was if Nell gets a sword.
Just do it. Make
your
dreams come true.
If Nelly gets a sword and she can turn everything into weak spot, maybe it's not just weapons like guns. Maybe it's actually swords can do it. So she'll be able to do like weak spot, guaranteed weak spot. I'm never going to get through this, Zifu. So maybe she's going to get guaranteed weak spot. She can do weapon crit. She can telekinesis suck everything in. She could be a lot of fun. You could definitely do like a really cool build with her. Do you know what I mean, PJ? Thank you, Sprit. I think you could do a lot of fun with her. You had to check your Discord? Oh, yeah. Picked the wrong day to have the Twitch connected to the hot tub speakers. It's the perfect day. Now everybody knows what you're watching, right? Everybody knows what you're watching. Well, the Serena 4 spam is what I was hoping, because if you can crack the sword out to do insane amount of damage, and then the 4 can AoE kill everything else, she can just do insane hard hits on like champs and bosses, and then just AoE kill everything. So 4 spam, what? Nunny. Thank you guys for all the love. Seriously, thank you guys for the love and thank you guys for the support. But yeah, that's where it looks like she's going to have the ability to do like Lepic's Big Suck with a sword. But since this is spec'd specifically for firearms, it just depends on how they classify a sword.
그리고 모든 사격을 약점으로 판정하기 때문에 런앤건 플레이에도 아주 잘 어울리는 특징을 가지고 있습니다.
She's hot.
She's also capable of changing all of her gunshots into weak point shots.
She's definitely going to be used quite frequently in the one-hand room.
Would really match well with the run and gun gameplay.
She looks like Bunny. She just looks young.
넬은 엔조와 썸이
She just looks young.
있잖아요. 네, 그래서인지 암호화 보관함 개봉에도 엔조랑 같은.
She rocks bangs well though. I'll give her that.
And Nell has
hoping for infinite crit.
Something going on with Enzo. That's the reason she has a similar passive skill, disarming the encrypted vault.
대체 둘이 어떤 관계일지.
We'll have to see what they do with the new board and
스토리를
stuff.
기대해 주시고요.
All females look alike.
What is their
in this
relationship?
Game,
And the producer asked again, but yeah, he won't tell us. Let's look forward to
Toenail
the
guy's
update.
becoming a legend.
Yeah, so what it is going on between those two, I'm also curious as well. Well, really looking forward to seeing how Nell will perform as a Descendant.
I agree, Fire by Water. If you're new to the game, this is a great time to come in. If you're a long-time player, we're kind of at like a mid-season lull. So it doesn't hurt to play other games, enjoy other things, and then come back when there's new content for you. There's no reason to burn out on your favorite game and then hate your favorite game and want to stop playing it. You know what I mean? So there's no reason to do that. I think it's a good time to start this game, though.
Now, okay, let's see. Before we move on, we really need to discuss
Kennedy,
who the next ultimate
Kennedy
Descendant is.
1710.
Thank you for gifting out 2 more subs.
Who do you think it is?
Thank you very, very, very much for the support.
Jaber, we
Thank
got
you
a
for that.
Jaber.
Jaber? Oh, this
Enzo.
sucks that it got leaked.
We also have a Luna.
Thanks for the
So,
follow.
Yo, can I
who
get
is
like
it?
maybe a couple W's in chat for
디렉터님,
Kennedy for
누구일까요?
gift and subs? Maybe like one or
네,
two? Can we get like
좋습니다.
maybe a
이미 많은
couple?
분들이
Just a couple
예상하고
big W's in
계시지만
chat?
바로
I'd like that. Maybe
얼티밋
just a couple.
루나입니다.
I'm sure many of you are already expecting it. It's Ultimate Luna. Woo!
Yo, thank you guys for the W's in chat. Thank you guys, Kennedy. Thank you guys for the support. Get some big W's in chat for those gifted subs, man. And then we paused it at a great time. We can look at Ultimate Luna. Dude, she's definitely busted. She looks good though, man. Like this is a good looking fucking skin.
Listen.
Thank you guys for getting those W's out there for Kennedy, man. Thank you guys for all the support. Not just Kennedy. Those W's for everybody that supported. Thank you guys for the bits. Thank you guys for the subs. Thank you guys for all of the fucking love. Definitely thank you guys very, very, very much for the support. Thank you for that, Z. Tell me this Luna skin doesn't look fucking lit, though. Tell me this Luna skin doesn't look good. I'm not going to say it's the best ultimate skin I've seen so far, but it looks really good. That's her ultimate. That's her ultimate skin. Surprised she's not covered in gold. I think that it's better that it went with pink instead of gold. I like it that it's pink instead of gold. That's her default ultimate, yeah. Where's Alt Jaber? Nobody likes Jaber. Luna looks fucking good, doesn't she? There'll be another one also. Oh, yeah. She's going to get, like, her paid skin. And if this is her free skin, imagine how good her paid skin's going to look. It's going to look good as fuck.
Luna.
Who's Jaber? Exactly. We don't play with Jaber.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Does look amazing.
Yeah. Wow. So
Dude.
it's Luna. Director, could you give us something
Frena's
more about Luna?
alternate
What
skin
is
was
Luna?
네,
crap.
얼티밋 루나 출시에 맞춰서 두 개의 초월 모듈을 준비하고 있어요. 네. 하나는
Imagine
얼티밋
having money
루나를
to spend
총기
money,
딜러로 활용할
fresh.
수 있도록 스킬을 변경해주는 모듈이고요. 또 하나는
Jaber
리듬
doesn't
액션과 디버퍼로의 성능이 강조된 형태의 초월 모듈이
I'm not a
추가됩니다.
Jaber main
So
like
we're preparing
Hunt
two
is.
Transcendent modules with the release of Ultimate Luna. One will change skills to let her focus on firearms, while the other will highlight her rhythm actions and abilities as a debuffer. Wow, I'm also a huge fan of Luna. And it
Nexon's
looks like
weak,
Luna
yeah.
players, they'll be able to play new builds aside from Noise Surge. So, yes, they will. 그 루나
We'll
유저들이
see.
소음새도 빌드 말고도 이제 좀 다양하게 플레이할 것
I'm
같습니다.
wondering how much they're going to
음악도
neuter down her
추가된다고
gameplay.
Oh, we'll also be having extra music as well. Yeah.
Because I really do enjoy Luna, but I know a lot of people don't like Luna because she's like kind of hard to play, especially on controller. Keyboard and mouse, you can do a lot of things. Controller, she kind of sucks ass. Unless you have like paddles. But I'm wondering if because they're releasing her ultimate, even though she's going to get like a new minigame focused skill set or like Transcendent mod or whatever, if because she's getting that, they're not going to like increase her ease of use so more people play her, because it would suck to release a really good ultimate but most of your players not play her because she's challenging to play. She's getting two, yeah.
네, 그리고 시즌 3도 여러 에피소드로 준비하고 있는데요. 얼티밋 루나에 이어서 에피소드
That skin
2에는
does look good, though,
얼티밋
man.
유진이 출격 대기 중입니다. 이것도 많은 기대 부탁드릴게요.
이거 벌써 얘기하셔도 되는 거예요?
So season
looks
3 will
good.
be divided into multiple episodes as well, and after Ultimate Luna, Ultimate Eugene is expected to join us in season 3.
Are hanging next to each
episode
other in
2.
Albion.
Please
Did they
look
move
forward
them?
to that as well. And our producer was surprised that he was talking about episode 2
Oh, they definitely know their
already.
players. They definitely know their players.
Yes, so with that, we've discussed the new Descendant for season 3. Now it's time to look at some secret weapons coming with season 3, and they are surprisingly
7 Serenas, 1 Luna.
swords, yes.
Dude, that's what we were talking about before. It's definitely going to be like 7 Serenas and 1 Luna, and you're just going to one-shot it from HP gate to HP gate. The swords look good. I think the swords are going to be fun. I highly doubt they will tune her gameplay. Still sucks, needs an ultimate. Maybe. Check Discord. What'd I miss? Let me check my phone.
So,
What's going on? Yo, hold on. Before I do anything else, guys, thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for the did you guys make it for me? First Descendant or Chit Chat? First Descendant or Chit Chat? Did somebody make it? Oh my god, that's exactly what I needed. This is what I needed. I needed this in my life. We got to tweet this. We've got to tweet this. Let me put this on my face real quick. We've got to get this. This has got to happen. Where's my Discord on this PC? We've got to have this, chat. This is happening. This is definitely happening. Let me get this. That's the First Descendant Discord. All right, chat. You guys got to see this. This is what I asked for, and it was not a disappointment. Open link. All right, chat. All right, chat. Are you guys ready?
Drinking out of cups.
Here it is.
Being a bitch.
Here it is. This is what is going to happen. This right here is the new field boss. There's your new field boss, boys. There it is. Perfect. Dude, I'll say 1,000,000% accurate. Fucking rip field boss. Oh, I love it. I love when chat puts shit together, man. Thank you. Thank you, Kennedy. There's your new field boss, chat. Morgan Lamau. Oh god, that's so good. That was so good. You take 5 Serenas in the room with you? I mean, I don't blame you. All right, let's keep it going. Oh,
So
shit.
we've got swords are coming to the First Descendant. Now
This
we got
looks
3
good.
different swords over here.
Captain Harris over Nell any day. Whatever works, man. We'll take it all.
Looking, and I personally don't have a clue how we're going to be using melee weapons in the game. Director, you got to give us some clues. 디렉터님, 검이 놀랍게도 공개되는데 이거에 대해서 좀 말씀 부탁드립니다.
네,
This is
많은
exciting.
분들이 그동안 기대해 주셨던 검 무기가 드디어 추가가 됩니다. 총기와 동일하게
That picture
무기
looked
슬롯에
intimate?
장착할
Oh, for
수가
sure.
있고 모듈을 세팅해서 성능을 향상시킬
Chilling
수도
for a
있습니다.
sub on the bench.
We're finally adding
gotta
swords
tag 'em
into
in.
the game, and they can be equipped on the same weapon slot as firearms. So players can also equip modules to enhance the abilities of sword weapons.
That's why I'm thinking you
검무기는-
might be able to do weak spot damage with it.
Thank you,
Like where
thank
you
you.
could use it with Nell. We'll have to see.
검무기는 일반 공격과 특수 공격을 할 수가 있는데요. 블레이드 형태의 검무기는 특수 공격할 때 기를
I think they look
모아서
fun.
돌진하면서 한 칼에 적을 베는 발도수를 구사합니다.
So players can use swords to normal attack or special attack enemies. And the blade you're seeing on the screen is capable of
Omni
performing-
slash Sharon.
Yeah,
Fucking
he's
loud.
doing it right now. He's doing
That's
that
awesome.
attack. Yes.
Omni
Yes,
slash
he-
Sharon. It's gonna be great.
Thank you.
It's gonna be
Performing
so
that
much
when
damage.
using the special attack, so rushing through enemies when charging
네,
enemies.
근데 그 얘기하는 사이에 유튜브 시청자 수가 2만 명.
If the swords have like a right click where they just dash, and you can dash like Keelan does, but all swords have that, it could be really, really fun to play with.
달성했다는데요. 이게 원래
All swords need a dash. It's a
달성 안할 것
rule. Or
같아서
they're gonna feel
끝나고
slow.
이제, 뭐
But
선물은
they
다
do alt
드려야
Eugen,
되겠다는
how they're
생각을
doing alt
했었는데.
Luna.
네.
I think alt Eugen needs a pink dress. I could see that.
Kennedy
I'm fine with that. Kennedy, thank you for gifting another sub out, mate. I appreciate you.
Community.
Lightsaber. I think they are gonna do one, right? Wonder if it'll be like Blacktown Hunter Sword that shoots projectiles. I imagine it's gonna do something like that. 15 looks better. Yo, I appreciate you, mate. Thank you for the support.
깜짝 놀랐네요.
So this is
Thank you for the
actually
support,
really
brother.
surprising and good news. Our live viewership went over 20K. Yes.
I imagine they're gonna shoot some sort of attack, a beam attack or something. I would prefer them dash and have a wave attack, but
깜짝 놀랐어요.
Our
see
producer
what they do.
actually said that he didn't estimate us going over 20K, but surprisingly we did it. So we'll be all getting all of the rewards. So yeah. Right.
네, 블레이드는 시즌 3 에피소드 1 중에 업데이트될 예정이고요. 블레이드를 주무기로 사용하는 새로운 보스와 던전이 함께 추가됩니다. 그런데 제가 뭔가 얘기하시려고
with the
하는데
blue energy
갑자기
sword,
막
I
설명을
kind of
한 것
like the
같아요.
ninja sword to the left.
블레이드는 검은
Kinda.
시즌 3 첫날은 아닌 거죠.
I think
그죠? 중간에.
I think the sword to the left would look good on Nell.
The blade will be updated during
Middle
season
sword
3,
on
episode
Ajax.
1 in a new dungeon, along with the new boss that
My head's in the
utilizes the
way.
blade
Oh.
will be updated as well.
Thank you.
Our producer asked whether these sword weapons will be updated on the
It moved
first
'cause
day
I
of season
switched.
3, and unfortunately, it's not on the first day,
Making a
but it
naming
will
mistake?
be
Oh, I'm sure.
within
Using third
the
from the
middle of
left.
season 3.
그리고 블레이드뿐만이 아니라 양손검도 시즌 3 에피소드 1에 함께 업데이트될 예정이고요. 그리고 에피소드
Jumping
2에는
jacks with a hammer.
광선검도 추가됩니다.
The jumping
In
jacks
addition
with
to the blade, we're
Mjolnir,
also planning to add a
whatever.
two-handed sword, and with Season 3, Episode 2 update, the light blade you're seeing on the screen will also be added.
광선검의 특수 능력도 많이 기대해 주세요.
So please look forward to the light blade, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, let's not get sued by Disney. Whoa.
I didn't say that, actually, yes.
say that.
Anyhow,
Keelan's gonna slice some
I
dice.
said a
It's gonna
word
be
that
awesome.
I shouldn't have said, but yeah, light blade. So okay, yeah, let's look forward to the various swords coming to season 3. Now,
I still think that the bike trailer was more of a bunny's ass trailer than the bike trailer. Like, changed my mind.
on to another topic. You know, there were some discussions on our Discord.
If you have a Lepic or a new
AMA
Descendant
about
that can
new
work for
growth
mobbing for the
items
current state of the
coming to
game,
season 3.
what do you
Could
mean?
share more
What do you mean,
details
Aggie? What
about
bike
this?
exactly? It was an
디렉터님,
ass trailer.
최근에 저희 디스코드 AMA에서도 시즌 3의 새로운 성장 아이템에 대해서 좀 말씀
The mouse is coming for him. It's gonna be over.
좋습니다. 시즌 3에는 계승자의 전투 스타일을 더욱
one
다양하게
below
조합할
Bunny's
수 있는
ass.
두 가지 새로운 모듈이 추가됩니다.
Sure, in season 3, our descendants
They
will
didn't
be
mention if we were getting dual wield. I imagine we wouldn't be getting dual wield at this time, but we'll have to wait and see. Mickey don't like that. Mickey's an asshole.
able to combine combat styles in more diverse ways
Mickey's
with
definitely
two
an
new
asshole.
models.
Morgoth.
네, 첫 번째는 별도의 슬롯에 장착해서 스킬을 추가할 수 있는 트리거 모듈입니다.
So first, we have trigger models which can add skills when equipping it.
예를 들어
Honestly,
유성우라는
we were
트리거
talking about that
스킬은
before.
발사체 타입의
I think
액티브
that instead of
스킬을
these
적에게
skills, they should have
적중시킬
been
때
running Be Real.
주변의 작은
I think
유성우를
it would have
소환해서
been
추가
more
피해를
impactful.
입히는 스킬입니다.
And I think it
For
would have
instance,
felt
when
better.
projectile type active skills hit an enemy, the meteor shower trigger skill summons small meteors that deal extra damage.
네, 이런 트리거 스킬 모듈을 활용해서
Even Mickey
계승자의
wants Bunny's
빌드를
ass.
더욱 흥미롭고 전략적으로 발전시키고자 하는 것이 저희의 의도입니다.
By using these passive skill modules,
That's fair.
descendants will be able to expand their builds with both more interestingly and with more strategy.
그리고 두 번째는 성각자 모듈이라는 거고요. 이건 시즌 3 에피소드 2에 추가될 예정인데요. 계승자 전용 모듈이고 랜덤한 스탯을 옵션으로 가지는 모듈입니다.
Second module will be added in season 3, episode 2, which is the Ancestor. It's a descendant exclusive module that has random stats as options.
네, 랜덤한
I
스탯을
thought we were getting
가지는
like
모듈이고
Riven mods.
성각자 모듈은 딱 하나만 장착할 수 있고요. 계승자의 능력치를 강화하거나 특정 상황에서 유리한 효과를 제공해서 전투의 변수를 만들어내는 그런 모듈입니다.
Players can only equip one of the Ancestor
That's kinda the
module
Riven.
and will be able to enhance the descendant's abilities or earn advantages in certain situations, bringing variables of battle.
Riven.
Wow, so it seems like we'll be able to create various new combat styles in season 3 with these all new models. Oh, okay.
I mean, it
Wow.
sounds exciting. There's a
Moving
lot
on
of good
now,
things
we
here.
have some news that many of you have been waiting for.
They
We're
need top
proud
mod?
to announce
Yeah,
the
we've
first
talked about that
Descendants'
before.
first ever official collaboration partner.
Before we get into the collab, we've talked about that before. So for that Field Colossus, the idea behind the Field Colossus would be if you get hit by him and you're not a tank, you die. He's just too big, right? So if you're on like Serena and you get swatted out of the air, like you're dead. So what would be better is if you had to have like Ajax, Kyle, somebody else there who could like do really high shields or put up a bubble or like tank a bunch of damage, have them be their whole job is to keep it focused on them while everybody else is doing DPS and then while you have a support there. Obviously, that's not the way the game is going right now. They want every character to be viable and they want everybody to be a DPS. But I think it's sort of a missed opportunity, but we haven't played the content, so we don't know how it actually works. Maybe you will need an Ajax or something like that. I am not too hopeful that that's the actual case, just based on everything we've seen with the game so far. But I do think that it's definitely it would make the game more dynamic, and I think people are really wanting some dynamic gameplay. Because I think like the Timmy No Thumbs like face roll keyboard is good for a certain audience, but I think that in order to really bring the game up and make it better for a lot of players, there needs to be some type of difficulty, and there needs to be a skill ceiling and content that people aspire to be able to do. And if you don't have that level of content, then people just check out. Face rolling lifestyle for some. Oh yeah. And you know what? There's content for that, but we need something a little bit more challenging here and there. Dynamic gameplay plus dynamic motion. Combine the two. Combine the two. Combine the two.
What is it?
All you really need is Jabber.
바로 니어 오토마타.
The problem is you can do everything with Jabber right now. Let's be honest, we all knew Nier was coming. Like if you watched any content creator over the past probably like 6 months, it was like, what collab do you think they're gonna do? Everybody said Nier.
Thank you. Yeah, it's Nier.
We're gonna get those sword skins.
지금 보신 것처럼
What's the chance that we don't get that sword skin she's holding?
이제 저희 플레이어 여러분들 사이에서 굉장히 꾸준한 요청이 있었고 저희도 가장 잘
With the most
어울리는
collabs?
IP 중에
That's what we were
하나라고
talking
생각했기
about.
때문에
Basically, they collab with
추진을
everybody,
했습니다.
right?
The community had been requesting this IP continuously, and we
Zero.
believe that it would match well with the first Descendant.
I
네,
think we'll
오늘은
get it.
이렇게 키 이미지만 공개를 했지만요. 조만간 콜라보 트레일러와 함께 디테일한
think
모습도
we get
공개를
it.
하도록 하겠습니다.
Hopefully.
Although we've only shown some key images today, we
But to
will
be fair, they
sharing
do
more
like
details with the
basically
trailer
nothing with
showcasing
weapon
our
skins, so maybe
collaboration.
not.
Wow. So Nier Automata, that is so awesome.
It was near Stellar Blade. Those were my number 2 choices. Like if I had to pick one and pick 2, pick 1 was going to be Nier and pick 2 was going to be Stellar Blade, because I figured that they were going to be releasing melee weapons, and either one of those games would have paired very well with melee weapons. So I think either one would have been good. I think Stellar Blade would have been a better collab, because Stellar Blade is like releasing on PC. So it would have been a more impactful, it would have been like a more impactful collab. But I think because of that, it was probably a harder collab to get. As compared to like Nier, right? Who collabs with everybody. We're definitely getting melee skins. Hopefully we do. We need them. Need to balance cores, because then you'll see difficulty come naturally. The fire rate cores and a few other things broke the game. And unfortunately, there's just no going back at this point. So we just have to deal with it. I have no idea, Bacon. Soon? Question mark. I think that the fire rate cores definitely broke the game in a way that they weren't expecting. And since the genie's out of the bottle, you can't really stuff it back in. But because there was so much publicized pushback around the first balance patch that they did, where they lowered the like efficacy of a Descendant, that at this stage in the game it is borderline impossible to do it again. Even though there wasn't really that much pushback, the perceived pushback and the perception of what people were saying was more important than the actual fact. So because of that, I think they have to be really careful with what they do. Fire rate ain't broken now that Serena's out because Glay made fire rate OP. Yeah, well, I mean, that's fair. I think that right now, Serena's HP scaling completely destroys the game. With her 4, and then if you fix that, then the next broken thing is going to be the fire rate with unlimited ammo Glay, and you would have to fix both of those. Yeah, the Serena being nerfed from S tier to S tier is game breaking for sure. At least people understand that. You know, there are some people that really think she was nerfed from an S Descendant down. She's still probably, if not the best mobber in the game, as long as you're not a player.
I'm looking forward to it too. But producer, could you tell us?
But I agree with you, Hunt. I think fire rate's broken, but because of how broken Serena is, the fire rate is like, it's just like icing on the cake right now.
A bit more about this, maybe like some of the content. 너무 멋진데요. 혹시 좀 상세한 콘텐츠도 소개해 주실 수
Encores, but
있을까요?
it's not an option for weapon substats.
아쉽게도 이번 니오 오토마타 콜라보는 컨텐츠보다는 치장품 중심으로
It's like Freyna when Inez came out, no one cared, basically. You power crept something so bad that it's just become unimportant because the next thing is so much more power crept. Farm and substat reactors. They added fire. Yeah. There's like a lot of things, but it's true though. Like when Bunny was there, it was like whatever, and then Alt Freyna came out, and Alt Freyna just demolished Alt Bunny, and then everybody was pissed about Alt Freyna, and then Inez came out, and then everybody was pissed about Inez, and nobody gave a shit about Freyna, and everybody said Alt Bunny needed a buff. And then Serena came out, and Alt Bunny, Alt Freyna are both going to get a buff to be stronger when they were like some of these characters, because like Alt Bunny, people were asking Alt Bunny to be nerfed at one point. So like all of these characters were like requested to be nerfed, and now they are power crept to hell by the latest, like by Serena, right? So it's interesting. It's interesting how the power creep has sort of changed the conversation. And then the same with fire rate cores. Like everybody was like, dude, these fire rate cores are a huge problem. And then Serena came out. Serena's going to be power crept by Nell. I mean, it's possible. When she comes out, what up, Merc? Popcorn will be needed. It just depends on how her skill synergy works. Because she could be, as a weapon descendant that gets unlimited, like 100% weak, a bunch of weak spot damage. You can build her into weak spot and crit now. So there could be some really interesting synergies. Oh, hey, the thing was today. There was a thing today. It's going to be interesting to see where the power creep comes in next.
진행을 할 예정이고요. 이거는 저희가 이제 게임의 내실을 더 다져야 하는 상황이기 때문에 콜라보 콘텐츠보다는 시즌 3 콘텐츠 자체에 더 투자하는 방향으로 진행을 했습니다.
So unfortunately, the Nier Automata collaboration will focus on decorations. As we are in the process of solidifying the substance of our game, we decided to invest more on the content of Season 3 rather than other content related.
So it's going to be like decorations from Nier and like cosmetics from Nier and not so much the skins? Is that what they just said? Did they announce new Descendant? No. It sounded like they said it was going to be around like the decorations, which to me sounds like. Let me go back. Let me redo it, because it sounded like it was more like shit you're going to be able to put in your Gooner room. No gameplay related to collab. Hold on.
Our Automata collaboration will focus on decorations. As we are in the process of solidifying the substance of our game, we decided to invest more on the content of Season 3 rather than other content related to the collaboration.
네, 대신에 지금 보고 계시는 이제 2B 그리고 A2 의상의 2B 같은 경우에는 이제 스커트가 파괴되는 중파 버전까지 이렇게 세 종류를 준비를 하고 있고요. 네. 그리고 전용 모션과 등 장식물 같은 것들을 열심히 준비하고 있으니까 기대 부탁드리겠습니다.
However, in addition to the 2B and A2 outfits, we have prepared a damaged version of 2B with no skirt, with other motions and decorations as well. So please look forward to that.
Yeah.
2B without shirt is peak.
네, 2B가 잉그리스에 등장하는 날도 멀지
않습니다. That one-handed room is going to get a lot of use.
Until 2B comes to Ingress, yes.
2B without skirt,
of various IPs, and
2B light for the Gooner room, never. Nobody's going to need to see the inside of that
Corel.
Gooner room like
please
that.
Look forward to the Nier Automata update coming at Season 3.
저는 해봤죠.
Like it would have been so great for them to be like, please look forward to the Nier Automata update coming out, and then all of a sudden like the screen flash, and then just show like them walking around or something in engine. Like could have been so good. Dude, the Gooner room, well, that's like the new lounge. It's, you can put up Descendants, you're in first person mode, you can interact with your Descendants, and there's a fucking shower. The whole point in that room is for you to plug in your controller and play one-handed. This is the only reason to have that fucking room. What's new? What up, Techo? Wait, isn't the nun outfit just 2B's outfit basically? I mean, yeah, you're not wrong there. They said there was going to be a shower stall.
Yeah.
Imagine if the quest is called 2B or not 2B to unlock it, dude. That'd be funny.
그래서 예, 2B 플레이 해봤습니다.
Our producer just said he already played it in a development build. Yeah. Yeah, and a few more things. Let's
For those
share
that
some
missed the nun
skins coming
skin.
up with the May 22nd update. 그 5월 20일에
Okay, May 22nd. So this is where I want to pay attention. What are we
네,
getting?
지금 화면에 띄워주실래요? 네. 바로
Oh, is this a
금사화라는
skin? I
이름의
don't give a
신규
fuck.
스킨입니다. 이전에 제가 데이브 라이브에서 컨셉 아트로 소개를 해드린 일이 있었는데요. 이번에는 실제로 제작된 이미지로 가져왔습니다.
The theme of our new skin is the Gilded Death Blossom. So we've
Here
shared
are the
some
collab
concept
skins,
artwork
like
from our previous
the Nier Automata skins, are just for people that are really into Nier.
dev live, and as you can see, this is the applied version.
네네, 왼쪽에 보이는 게 오늘 코스플레이로도 등장을 한 세레나의 착용 모습이고요. 오른쪽은 이네즈가 착용한 모습입니다.
Is that a new
이번
gun skin?
스킨을 좋아하실 플레이어분들이 많을 거라고 생각을 하고
Kane skin would have been better. Yeah, I mean, but like, who are the collab skins for? I have no idea. I don't know if they're like a universal skin or if they're only for certain descendants. They never really specified. They never really specified who they were for. She's holding the gun, Jeremy. That's a blue gun on purple. Oh yeah, you're right. That is. You're right. You're right. I forgot that like the blue guns in the game look better than the gold guns. I forgot.
좋은 반응을 기대하고 있습니다.
I completely forgot.
So the left image
Oh yeah,
is
but I completely
Serena,
forgot.
which
But
you
yeah,
saw
Hinata,
from
we
the
don't
cosplay
know.
today, and the right one is Inez. Now, I think many players will welcome this skin. We're really looking forward to your positive reactions.
네, 5월 22일 다이나믹 모션과 함께 업데이트가 됩니다.
I think the skins. You think the skirt's glued down on this one too? You hope they're universal and not individual. For this, yeah. Oh, for Nier, maybe. That'd be interesting.
제 생각엔 아마 저거 입고 다들
Assassin's Edge.
점핑볼을
Thanks,
하고
Kennedy.
계시지 않을까.
Okay, so guess it's coming on May 22nd with the dynamic motion, and our producer said that all of you are gonna do that jumping ball motion thing. Yeah.
Obviously, the jumping ball was added specifically to goon with. Let's be honest. That's why we bought it. We bought it so when we have to get up from our chair, we can just jumping ball to keep our view count from dipping. It's the only reason we bought it. So we can just zoom in and people can watch the jumping ball.
And
It's the only reason we buy
then
that skin.
in July, we have the first Descendants 1-year anniversary. Yeah. Woo! 1 year. Yeah. So, could you share some details on this? 그 퍼스트 디센던트의 1주년 대비해서 저희가 준비 중인 것도
1 year's
좀 소개해 주실 수
crazy.
있을까요?
Yeah,
네,
it is.
저희가
It's
작년
exciting,
7월
though.
2일에 정식으로
We'll get you
오픈을 하고
poems. We'll get everybody in there.
정신없이 달려서 이제 1년이 된 것 같은데요. 되어 가는데요. 지금까지 함께 퍼스트
gotta see your corn costume looks
디센던트를
elite.
즐겨주신
You're
플레이어
killing me.
여러분들과 함께 즐길 수 있는 TFD 페스트를 준비를 하고 있습니다.
So it's been a long year since we opened our game on July 2nd of 2024.
Yeah,
the
you
team
guys
is
got it,
preparing for the TFD Fest, an event for players who are continuing to enjoy our game.
네, 7월에 다양한 소식을
Doesn't seem like
전해드릴
it. Fuck no, it
1주년
doesn't, doll. How
쇼케이스를
you
시작으로
doing?
해서요. 보상을 다양하게
Kudos to the
준비하고
team.
있는 1주년
No, absolutely.
기념 인게임 이벤트도
I think there was
준비를
a lot of hate on the game, just that it was just a gooner bait game. It was a cash grab, blah blah blah. I think the game has a lot more to it, and I think the game is evolving in a positive way. I do think that it's slowed down. I do think there are issues, and I think there are issues that need to be addressed. But I think overall, the game is doing well, and I think that the direction is improving. It's not doing great, but it is getting better. And I like the idea of what they're wanting to do. Like the pacing of the dev stream. You wonder if they rehearsed it? I would say they probably did. To some level. You're so kind about the shortfalls. I mean, I'm not sitting here like putting like first Descendant balls on my chin, right? Like the game's got fucking problems. But like nobody wants to come in here and hear a content creator just one stroking the devs or two just bashing on a game they love. I think there are definitely problems. And I think if we address those problems constructively, then we're doing a service for the community. And I think it's good to call out the bad things, but it's also good to like call out when things are going good. Light Sword Verbal Slip was planned. I feel like it was. The handles the skins are the ones making 99% of the money. They're the real goats. I mean, it's a free-to-play game. The skin team is obviously making the money for sure. We try to balance it here. We try to balance it. we try to put it out there as fair as we can.
하고 있습니다.
So in addition to the 1-year anniversary showcase on July, we're preparing in-game events and various other things celebrating the anniversary. Do we have any other things?
I'm concerned because they talk about the 1-year anniversary being in July and that they're going to do events in July to celebrate the 1-year anniversary. But if you were doing like the launch of season 3 in July, you would focus on the launch of season 3. All of this makes me think that season 3 is getting pushed out further than I was hoping.
Playing plan? 혹시 뭐 다른 것도 있나요?
That's okay. It's just nice.
예. 이제 얼마 전에 공개됐던 그 1주년 기념
Season 3's June. As far as we know, it's no confirmed date. No confirmed date, but they said that they weren't going to stop. They weren't even going to stop support for last-gen consoles until July. So, like, it was like July 18th was when they were going to stop support for last-gen consoles. All we know right now is it's confirmed summer.
유저 스킨 공모전도 준비를 하고 있고요.
That's
이
all
스킨
we
공모전
know.
같은 경우에는
An anniversary,
여성
something like
공용,
missions?
남성
Oh,
공용,
absolutely. I think they should
남녀
do
공용
something in
그리고
game focused for
조력자까지
sure.
해서 총 4가지 분야로 진행을 할 예정입니다.
So-
조만간 공지도 자세하게 올라갈 것 같아요.
Yes,
They
a
may hold
user
off until
skin
July.
contest
Yeah,
is
that's what I'm
being
thinking.
prepared, and players will be able to enter for the men's, women's, unisex, and fellow skins, and more details will be posted after our broadcast.
네, 그리고 출시 당시에부터 지금까지 사실 많은 분들이 요청하셨던 것 중에 하나인데요. 저희 OST 음원도 스트리밍 사이트를 통해서 발매할 예정이 있습니다.
In addition, the original soundtrack for the first Descendant will be released through streaming platforms.
네, 그리고 참고로 1주년 TFD 페스트는 온라인 쇼케이스 형태로 진행할 예정이고요. 여기서는 저희들이 가능하다면 장기적인 로드맵도 같이 공개를 하려고 합니다. 그리고 이벤트로
Drops?
다양한 굿즈도 준비하고 있는데요. 많은 관심
This
부탁드립니다.
verse doesn't even have music.
Finally, the TFD Fest will be
Maybe I
an
turned it
online
down. Well, I leave
showcase,
mine turned
and
up,
our
so
long-term
that's not
roadmap will
bad.
be shared at the fest. So we also have various
Love the title
goods being
screen of
prepared
season
for the
2.
event, so stay tuned. Yeah, all right.
What do you mean?
So we hope you are also as excited as us for our 1-year anniversary.
Like some of the
and we
emote music? Oh,
appreciate
yeah, it's
everyone's
good.
support
Oh,
for-
that song?
Yeah, supporting
Oh, yeah.
us for one hell of a year. Thank you.
Thank you.
You don't have all the audio turned off most of the time? I mean, I used to game
As
with all
our
the audio
producer
turned
said,
off.
detailed information on the TFT Fest will be shared on
The
a separate
Scream one
post.
on the wall.
Now, we also have details on the Season 3 roadmap, which will be shared at our Dev Live in June. And I guess with that, we have
So yeah,
that marks the end.
they're absolutely not giving us anything for season 3 until June, which is when's their dev live stream in June? Probably middle of June. It's going to be Season 3 is not going to be expected till at least July, right? If they pushed out to August, I think that's going to be bad. But we'll have to see. Probably a week before the anniversary event. Yeah, details shared in June. So the earliest date, at earliest late June, yeah.
End of our Dev Live. But since we have a few minutes left, we will be still getting a live Q&A that we said earlier. So those of you who have questions, feel free to come to the microphone and ask questions to the developers. I'll help out with the interpretation.
All right, I've heard that this is really bad,
to the
but
microphone.
we're at least going to get a couple of these. We're going to get a couple of these. I'm sure they're terrible, but someone kill me now. I want to see the face on some of these fucking gooners. Not the Q&A. We'll watch like a couple, and then we'll go work on some builds. Let's see how bad this is. You guys have to be exaggerating.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for banging me, Palms.
First off, I love the game. Thank you so much for all of your hard work on it. My first question.
Dude, this better not be the guy. This better not be the guy, because the voice is killing me. I need to see the person's face. There's only one question, really? Next one? Okay.
Is Warframe has a feature that lets you do random colors on the skins. I was wondering if there was any thought to adding that to the first Descendant.
Random
I'm
colors.
sorry, did you say random colors?
Yeah, you randomize the colors, so you kind of get like.
Yeah, could you imagine if it random colored the skins and every time you hit the random button, it fucking bought all the colors for you? Like, how much that would fuck your wallet? Warframe has like palettes and a whole bunch of other things that just First Descendant doesn't have. Like, these are real questions, huh? Jesus Christ.
A preview of what different color schemes would look like. So if you're like me and you're not good at picking the colors, it kind of gives you some good ideas.
I can only imagine. So like this is what I imagine. Okay, this is what I imagine right now. All right, so this is what I imagine. This is the interpreter. So we have some retarded American gooner that doesn't understand color palettes and wants you to redo the entire color system so we can just hit a random button and make the girls have different colors on their clothes. I just wanted to interpret for you what just happened. I just want to make sure you guys like got the full experience. He may be colorblind, then what the fuck does it matter anyway? If he's colorblind, then it doesn't matter what fucking colors it are. It only matters like to the colors that he physically sees. I'm gonna try to do interpretations for some of these. I guarantee that's what he just said.
네, 지금 이게 랜덤하게 스킨 컬러 얘기해 주신 것 같은데 저희는 일단 스킨하고 그리고 페인트 뭐 이런 부분에서는
I want to pick a poop color. It doesn't matter if it's a poop color. If he's the one that sees it,
있지 않습니다.
doesn't matter what other people see.
So he said that
That's why he didn't speak into the mic. I guarantee it.
Like that in Warframe, but for the first Descendant, we won't be actually getting random colors of skins.
Yeah, okay.
Second quick question.
So why don't ask
Can
two.
your fellow ride with you?
Sorry, could you
On the hover bike, can your fellow, your dog, can it ride with you as well?
ride which one?
On the hover bike, your dog, can it ride with you?
Oh, the dog. You're saying?
Yeah.
I have nothing to say right now, other than I want to shave my beard now. I just want to shave my beard all of a
호버바이크는
sudden.
계승자만 타고요. 왜냐하면 아까도 말씀드린 대로 계승자의
Jesus
포즈가
Christ.
굉장히 중요하기 때문에 계승자만 타고요.
Put glasses on him, very familiar. Wait for it.
태우고 싶을 것 같긴 해요.
그거는 타면 좀 모양새가 웃겨질 것 같긴 해요. 네.
계획에는 없는데 재밌는 아이디어.
So much better looking that guy. I don't even want to be in the same
unfortunately,
fucking
the hover
caliber.
bike, only the Descendant can't ride it, but our producer thought it was an interesting.
This is why you were
idea.
late. I had to fly in on my jet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I had to fly in on my jet. So this next one is the bad one.
Thank you. So,
Hi.
Oh, I'm over here.
Oh yes. Sorry about that.
No problem. So thank you for being here. Luna's my favorite Descendant, so thank you in advance for Ultimate Luna. Her gameplay's very unique to just her, and we've seen her gone through.
Dude, my man here is like so excited to ask this question. You can hear his voice quivering. You can hear his voice quivering. Like, let's go back for a second and see if you can hear it. Like, listen again. Listen to my man here. Listen to his voice. Turn your headset up.
Thank you. So,
Hi.
Oh, I'm over here.
Oh yes. Sorry about that.
No problem. So thank you for being here. Luna's my favorite Descendant, so thank you in advance for Ultimate Luna. Her gameplay's very unique
Ultimate Luna?
to just her, and we've seen her gone through a few different changes in live. Could you speak a little bit to just the challenges of making a character with very unique gameplay mechanics like Luna has?
That wasn't a bad question. I mean, that wasn't a bad question. He seems like a perfectly normal, well-adjusted human being with no weird fetishes whatsoever.
일단 지금 게임 컨텐츠가
He's excited as a 7-year-old girl that he's fucking like he's fucking shaking in his knickers right now to ask this
그러다
question.
보니까 루나 같이 특이한 메커닉을 가지고 있는 캐릭터들은
This dude alone
아무래도
probably made all the
활용할
Luna
수
players get a
있는
new
컨텐츠가
main.
많이 부족한 것이
He sounds pretty
사실입니다.
normal and
그러다
well
보니
adjusted, guys. I don't know why
이런
you're riding his ass.
특징을 더 부각을 시키려고 하면 이런 핵심 메타에서 좀
Seems like a
멀어지는
pretty normal dude,
저희의
man.
가장 큰 고민이고요.
Wants to know what the
저희가
challenges
가야
were
될
to make a very
방향은
hard to play character like
사냥과
Luna.
보스전 말고도 다양한 전투 컨텐츠를 만들어서 이런 루나 같이 특징적인 메커니즘을 가진 캐릭터.
I love that Ju is like giving this like really well thought out answer, and then he's gonna get slapped with like the dumbass stick here in a second.
가 활약할 수 있는 컨텐츠를 좀 더 많이 만드는 게 우리가 해야 되는 방향이라고 생각하고 있습니다.
He just gave like a really well thought out answer.
Focused on just farming and getting to bosses right now, and like you mentioned, a character such as Luna that has really unique features. Sometimes it's difficult for those characters to adjust to all these metas, and so our game has to go in the future is actually getting more variety in these bosses and farming, so that such characters can also adjust to the meta and perform well as well.
And one more thing, so on Luna's recent swimsuit skin, her fingernails are painted black, but her toenails are not painted black. Please fix.
Sorry about that. Could you repeat that?
Yeah.
Please fucking repeat that. You know he's sitting there, he's like, did this fucking tard ass really just ask the question that I think he just asked? Look at his face. He's like, did this dude literally just ask what I thought he just fucking asked? Before I mistranslate this, did he really just ask that? He said, please fucking fix. Jesus Christ. Toenails, please. Oh my God, you guys weren't lying. The reaction, I can't wait.
On her recent swimsuit skin, her fingernails are painted black, but her toenails aren't painted. So that would be awesome to see fixed.
Motherfucker really just touched his arm like, did you really just say that? He literally reached over. He was like, oh, hold the fuck on. Hold on. Oh my God, dude, this is bad. He literally just reached over and was like, wait, hold on. Is this fucking American really asking about video game toes? You know that's what he just said. Like, I speak perfect not Korean and I just read his lips. That's exactly what he just said. Yeah, followed by who the fuck let this guy in? Let me go to Jew. Should we ask Jew what Jew's gonna say? No, that's okay. Just make up some shit.
알겠습니다. 그래서 그 루나의 그 수영장.
He did say ask Jew. Holy shit. That's so bad. He pointed over. He's like, ask Jew. Get Jew's opinion on this shit.
스킨에서 지금 손가락이 좀 색칠이 검은색으로 돼 있는데 이 발 색칠은 좀 다르다고 합니다. 그래서 그 부분에 대해서 좀 말씀을 해주시고.
네,
Okay, you can watch it without the pauses. You can watch it without the pauses. Here, since I fucked everything up, you guys can watch it in real time.
So that would be awesome to see fixed.
Okay, here you go. Real time, no pause. You know he was like, dude, I got...
알겠습니다. 그래서 그 루나의 그 수영장 스킨에서 지금 손가락이 좀 색칠이 검은색으로 돼 있는데 이 발 색칠은 좀 다르다고 합니다. 그래서 그 부분에 대해서 좀 말씀을 해주시고.
네.
You know he's like, dude, we're over here sweating our fucking nuts off trying to come up with some goddamn 8-man raid. And this motherfucker out here asking about black toenails. Like, ask Jew what he thinks. Oh my God. Him like simulating it? Well, because I'm sure it's not a very often discussed question, and in like Eastern societies, a lot of times there's a lot of connotation and context around what you're saying. So you do a lot of like hand motions to help see it.
염색 버그는 제가 기본적으로 취합을 해서 아트에 전달하고 있으니까요. 제가 가져가서 아트 담당자를 괴롭혀서 또 한번 물어보겠습니다.
So he understands that it's kind of a bug, and he's gonna report right away when we go to Korea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My job's not to be quiet, Zifu. My job is to talk.
Good afternoon.
So, my question is, it's weird to hear my own voice. Okay.
Oh my god, it's weird to hear my own voice. Normally, I just sit in silence in my mom's basement. He was like, sure, take it offline. Jesus Christ. This is awesome. I love this,
my
dude.
question is more about
I love this.
Potentially a
Is that
mod
Ecto?
or some
No,
mods
don't fuck
for
with me.
your Descendant or
I
potentially
love messing
even
with
your
people.
fellow.
It's not Ecto.
I find myself running out of certain types of ammo and not getting them dropped like
That's not Ecto.
frequently at all. So if they could add a mod that could boost the drop rate for certain types of ammo, I feel like that would actually help the gameplay to an extent.
그 게임 플레이하다 보면은
Don't fuck with me, huh?
특정 총알이 잘 좀 부족한
Especially
경향을
after I
갖고
just
있다고
fucking
하세요.
like make
근데
fun of the
이제
way it just
그래서
makes fun of
혹시나
people.
어떤 모듈 통해 가지고 그런 식으로 좀 특정한 총알을 더 늘릴 수 있는
Yeah,
기술이
he doesn't know what he's
요즘에
asking
물어보셨습니다.
now.
일단 지금 저희가 모듈 중에서도
Same time he's in VC.
탄전환하는 모듈들이 존재하긴 하는데 그 탄전환 모듈하고 그리고
These questions are so good.
조력자하고
These are the same people that they bring in for focus groups. Just so you guys know. So when there's like focus groups for the game, and they do like a public focus group in like San Francisco, these are the
I'm
people
sure
that
you
come
know that
show
there
up.
are certain modules that kind of lets you get those extra ammo, and also we have that
literally.
fellow that gives ammo as well. But as you said, that
Literally,
certain kind of
we have
ammo
the same mods
can
already. Yeah,
be,
dude, he's fucking
lacking,
killing
so,
me.
Yeah, we'll look into that.
But I want to be real transparent on this, because like Rusty and I were looking at like when the last like feedback test they had, and it was like on the West Coast or the East Coast or whatever, wherever they had it, it was only for local people, and they didn't only require First Descendant people, so they just opened the doors and let anybody come in and play the game and then give feedback. So like, yeah, I was in like San Francisco. So even people that don't play the game can come in and play test it and then give feedback. Every ammo refining mod right now, am I a joke to you? Bunny's left nipples lower than her right. Dude, don't tell people like that. That'll be a problem on Reddit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That'll be a problem on Reddit. The toenails are the most important thing right now.
Hi, I wanted to thank you again for coming out. I had a quick question about the melee weapons that you displayed on screen here. Will they be going off of a specific ammo type, or is it considered melee? And also, will it scale with sub-attack power, the actual stat, or is it different?
Those are good questions. That's good questions.
Stats, that's what you're asking, right?
Like, is it scaling with sub-attack power, or is it a different stat entirely?
검 사용할
That's a good
때
question.
이게 혹시 강화 그런 것들이
He didn't get a good answer.
스탯과
It's
연관해서
because they didn't
강해지는
fucking
건지,
understand what he was saying.
또 어떤 뭐 새로운 그런 방식이 있는 건지.
I don't speak Korean, so I don't know how well it's being translated.
기본적으로는 총기와 동일하게 이제 검 전용의 스탯들이 생기게 되고요.
That was a really good
모듈을
question.
이용하면 이 검 전용의 스탯들을 모듈로 더 성장시키는 그런
I think it
구조를
was
가지고
like
있습니다.
lost in translation.
So basically, they're kind of similar to the firearms. The melee weapons will have their
You thought
own
they were
kind of
newbies? It might
stats.
be. It might
and
be
if
catchy.
you use modules, you can make them stronger.
Also loaded because he was asking
So I
too
had
much.
a
Yeah.
Really quick question. I played Bunny a lot, and I use the infinite grapple mechanic.
Yeah, they
Will
don't
I
really deal
still
with-
Be
oh, yeah.
slower than the actual speeder, or will I be faster?
Hover bike, you're saying? Wow.
Yeah, I think that I think I think that this guy is asking questions that are I think he's asking too complex of a question. So when he was asking about the melee weapons, where he's like, what type of ammo do they use? Are they going to consume ammo? Is it going to consume like just melee charges? Is it going to balance off sub attack? It's way too many questions. And it's going to be very hard to translate in an open forum like this where you can't just pause it and talk as much as you want like I do. So I think it's asking too much. And the same for this, right? Like, hey, I play Bunny and I play Spider Bunny and I use Infinite Grapple and I move fast as fuck. Am I going to be faster than the hoverboard? You're implying a certain level of game knowledge that the devs probably don't really have and that the translator doesn't have, and you're hoping that he's going to relay it and get you an actual answer. Yeah, there's definitely some issues, so I think that's why some of these are probably not going to get really good responses. They're still, I think they're still fucked over the Luna question. I really do. I think they're like, dude, this is the toenail crowd.
That's a good question. 그 버니랑 호버바이크가 대결했을 때 누가 더 빠른 건지.
네, 굿 퀘스천인 것 같아요. 네.
좋은 질문입니다. 네. 호버바이크가 더 빠르고요.
100% when someone has Lunas, I'll definitely.
세 가지 타입을
You got to change your in-game name to Luna's Unpainted Toes.
성장을 하기 전에
You definitely need to.
바이크보다는 버니가 빠르게 하려고 하고 있고 성장을 마친 바이크는 버니보다 빠르고 더 오래 그 빠름을 유지할 수 있습니다.
You can just change it on Steam, right? And it can just change his in-game right away.
So, the hover bike is faster, unfortunately. Okay, maybe you like that. But yeah, the hover bike, when you first get it, before it's like enhanced, at that state, it is slower than Bunny. But if you enhance it to its max level, it's much more faster, and it stays faster as well.
그런데 버니보다
You gotta manually do it and it stays for a month? Fuck that. That's no fun. I would rather you just do it right away. Luna Toe enjoyer or Luna's toes need fixed. Dude, fucking hilarious. Hemorrhaging players and toenails are your main concern. It's a very important issue right now, Richard. These devs literally had Serena bouncing up and down on the last dev stream. I think we're fine with toenails. Yeah, I think they know where their info should be. It's so bad. It's literally so bad. Yeah, I think some of these are good questions. I mean, they've all but confirmed that the bikes are going to break Luna's run speed. So, got you addicted to Once Human. I'm telling you, Once Human's a good game, though, isn't it, Agent?
애쉬모의 스킬이 더 빠르거든요. 4번 스킬이. 그래서
I kind of wanted to see the toenails guy.
애쉬모보다도 더 빠르게 만드는
Kind of
거를
wanted to see
저희가
him.
기준으로 만들고 있었어요.
It's a fun game.
Estimo's force skill, it's actually faster than Bunny, and we're trying to make the hover bike even faster than that. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
People started staring at your feet. Like, as soon as the question was asked, everybody ran up to your character in game, started staring at your feet.
Hi, there are so many opportunities to collect materials to upgrade our Descendants, like Sigma Sector, Void Vessel, Void Erosion. Can we expect any new or different materials or methods for weapon, mod, exponent, or Descendant progression?
That was a lot of fucking words. Like, I feel like yes is like the short answer, right? The long answer is yes. It's a mid question, but it's just really poorly worded. Like, obviously they're going to add new materials. These people don't play the game. What I want to say is I genuinely think that play but one-handed, that's the short answer. I honestly think they're casual players. They're busy all looking at toes. Yo, thanks for the follows, by the way. I honestly think that this is a really good subset of your average gamer. He was paid $50 to ask a question for a reporter. Fucking lol. I think this is actually the subset of the current player base, and I don't mean that like as a bad thing, even though we're all like joking and memeing. But I think that you have to. There are those of us who play this game frequently, and we have a lot of time invested, and we have a knowledge of the game, and what we do is on like the upper end of like the player base. But I think your average player is definitely like your dad gamer who is like just trying to look at pretty girls and like drink a beer and like fuck around for 40 minutes when he gets off work, like before he has to go deal with like real life. I think that's like your current player base. So I think that like this is like a majority of the players that are left. This is a bit scary seeing a minority seems to be like a majority. Yeah, I think that this is like your bulk of your players that are still logging in. Like there's some of us who have thousands of hours in that are like build crafting and theory crafting and trying to do that. But I really do think that like a lot of these are just dad gamers that are just vibing. Those kind of questions can be answered with obvious. Well, Aitor, it's like Sonic always memes when we talk about like making YouTube videos, and he's like, just make sure you make a YouTube video on how to reload. Like it's a meme, but like at the end of the day, there are a lot of players who just haven't done a lot of the stuff that most of us have done. And while things seem like dumb or simple for most of us, there's a bulk of the people that that's actually their life. Like they don't need to learn how to reload, but they do not have the same level of game knowledge that most of us do. So do you think this is anything? Wait for dynamic jiggle to drop. If Bunny's buns don't jiggle 10 times in one jump, it'll be a riot. I think there'll be a slider. The devs didn't expect 20k viewers. I mean, given the amount of current like concurrent players, I think expecting 20k to show up to a YouTube live stream was probably at the top end of what they expected. Because if you think about it, their average concurrent player base is like 16k or like 18k viewers, plus or minus. Plus the leak. The leak had a huge impact. But your average concurrent players are like 18 to 20k. And then, so expecting that many people to go to YouTube, like, yeah. I think the leak was bad. I think the leak really hurt them a lot. 21k was where it peaked. Yeah, but like 21k is a good number. I'm not like trying to discredit it. I think 21k is a good number. I think for the state of the first Descendant, it was a good turnout. But I mean, you can compare this to like a Destiny 2 dev live stream for like a major season release where they have like hundreds of thousands of viewers, right? Like I just think I think you just have to keep it in mind, but I also need you to keep in mind that this is actually a pretty good turnout for the state of the game. And like the free gifts for everybody's always nice.
지금 말씀하신 게 모듈과 아르케 조율 말고 계승자를 더 성장시킬 수 있는 컨텐츠가 있느냐라는 질문일까요?
So he has that. Are you like looking for something other than the current like enhancements, or
what up,
just
Dryden?
like a new way to earn the current enhancements?
New ways to earn the current enhancements, and if there's going to be a discussion about releasing anything new other than, for example, crystallization catalyst and things like that.
Every game needs it. No, you need casual players. You need a very large base of casual players to keep a game healthy. A very large base.
일단
So
지금
excited for the
결정화
Nier
촉매
collab?
아르케 그 결정화 촉매 같은 경우는 저희가
You
지금
gonna spend all your money?
조금 더 다변화하려고 준비를 하고 있고 시즌 3에는 또
I think there's plenty
엑시온이라는
of
새로운
ways to
곳에서
earn
게임을
match.
플레이를 해야
The skins will be
하기
fire. We're
때문에
hoping they're going to be
엑시온에서 이런
like
것들을
general
다
skins.
올인원으로 획득할 수 있는 방향으로 준비하고 있습니다.
I've not got a chance to play Nier.
So
To be fair, 40k for a tournament versus like a season reveal. But I see your point though. I don't think 20k was bad.
As for like the Axion on season 3, we're trying to make that so that you can get everything all in one within the Axion.
This is the first you've ever heard of Nier. Nier's a big game,
forward to that.
but it's been around for a long time.
Great, thank you very much. And the question on everyone's mind, I'm sure, is can you talk a little bit more about jiggle physics?
All right, we're going to deal with that here in a second. He's way too excited to ask that question. You can see it with his smile. Honestly, casual players are the ones that bring in their friends, and then some of them turn into hardcore. Nier Autonoma or whatever, yeah, it's a game. Look how excited he is about asking that question. Nier got 2 games. Yeah, they did a big collab with 14. 14 got its own raid out of it. Here we go. Let's look how excited he is about dynamic motion.
You can look forward to that.
Great, thank you very much. And the question on everyone's mind, I'm sure, is can you talk a little bit more about jiggle physics?
5월 22일.
So the numbers isn't a good reflection of their player base? What do you mean? Oh, by the way, will become a reality? You think so? That could be fun. No, it was not on my mind. Absolutely. The no lip smile. I announced. Didn't even know about it. So numbers isn't a good reflection of their player base. Yeah. Had a great collab with Nikki. I can see it. I mean, their collabs always do decent. Their collabs always do decent.
Okay. Oh yeah.
They just need to remove all the males.
One, it's coming with May 22nd, and he said, "Don't."
We need
call
male
it
jiggle physics.
It's dynamic motion.
He didn't want to call it jiggle physics.
Please.
They're trying to sanitize the word.
Please.
Please call it dynamic
지금
motion.
저희가 시간이 얼마 안 남아가지고 마지막 질문을 받아야 될 것
I'm
같거든요.
sorry.
예.
Our 1 hour has already.
필요하시면 이제
Yeah.
끝나고 이제 비공식적으로
Yeah.
나와서.
So we're gonna get
네.
one last question, but if you have any extra questions you want, we'll be staying here. Feel free to.
Dude, their fucking devs are like, we only got paid to come to Boston to do this for an hour. I'm not gonna sit here and listen to more toenail questions and fucking tit jiggle questions. We're calling it. It's an hour. Give them one more question.
Ask. Yeah. So one last person for the live broadcast.
Hello, thank you all for coming today. I have a general question on the roadmap for when more arc tuning boards will be added and how that would be added as like the seasons go by.
So like more arc tuning, you're asking for that?
Yeah.
You have the. You just
지금은
need the sword.
저희가 스펙을
Soon.
계속해서 위로 쌓아가는 시기는 아니라고 생각하고 있어서 아르켈 조율 두 번째 페이지는 아직 계획에는 없습니다. 그런데 아르켈
Oh, yeah,
조율
I'm
두 번째
sure. I'm just
페이지를
memeing.
언젠가는 만들기 위해서 그 구조를 짜놓은 상태에
Bro, I just survived Sigma. I'm not
일단
trying to
현재
go
게임의
back. Barely
밸런스
survived
부분들을 조금
Sig.
더 정비를 한 다음에 수직 성장을 더 쌓아 올라갈 수 있도록 만들려고 하고 있어요.
So we're not currently trying to get like everyone's like specification more stronger and stronger. So currently,
Yeah, I don't know how much he
aren't
knows about
planning
the
for a
game.
second page of the arcade tuning yet, but we are looking into that so that we will get more pages on that. And after we look into the
You're stuck with it
balance
for
and
30 days.
overall,
Welcome to the
gameplay,
life
we'll
code.
Add that as well.
I also have one more question I want to ask. Will the weaker Transcendent module, such as Ajax's Void Barrier, be looked at some point?
Bro. Do these motherfuckers not listen to anything that these fucking people say? We had one guy asking about fucking ammo mods. And we got another guy who's asking the same fucking Transcendent mod question that's been asked a dozen times. How is this my life? I feel bad for their devs. How is this a fucking thing? Jesus Christ. I mean, at least they didn't get any hardball questions. They're all questions they've been asked, minus the toenail question. Jesus Christ. It's the same goddamn questions. They are all Americans. It's true.
리베러스를 준비하고 있습니다.
It's common in one ear and
He's
out
gonna
the
look
other.
into that.
Hey man,
Thank
I can't speak for all Americans, but most of them are dumb
네,
as fuck.
마무리.
So.
There. Wow. So we actually prepared a message for
Neglecting
if we didn't go over
to do?
20K on
I mean,
our
I think
broadcast.
that they're
but,
good games.
we
It
went
sucks
over
that you're
so
moving,
we're gonna
though.
get all the rewards. Thank you. Could you give us the rewards page?
Explanation on toes?
Yeah.
네.
You don't want the explanation, Fresh. Glad you're from the USA.
네.
I mean, I love being from the USA. Doesn't mean there are a bunch of dumb fucks here.
분들과 유튜브를 시청해주신 분들께 되게 감사의
Make any
말씀을
adjustments to the older
드리고요.
mods?
2만 명을
It's going to be a while. I think they're going to focus on new
금방
things.
돌파를 해서 감사의 의미로 저희들이 준비한 보상을 모두 지급해
The rewards were
드리려고
nice.
합니다.
I think,
So
I mean, I
first off, we
think
would
to your
like to thank
point,
our fans for
Fed, I mean,
tuning
I
in
get
for
it.
YouTube live broadcast.
Hopefully
and
they start working
although
on,
we were able,
you know, making
we were able
some...
to get over 20K so quickly. Yeah, so
Once they're
we'll
able to
be
start
giving
reworking
out
some
all
of the
the
males, I
rewards
think it'll be better.
네, 그리고
I just
2만
think
명
they're
돌파로
listening to
드리려고 했던
a
특별
specific
보상은요.
part of their player
팍스
base right
컬러
now.
페인트 3종하고 에너지 활성체 1개 그리고
And
결정화
that's not
총괄
always the best
2개였고요.
thing to do.
이것들을 다른 보상들과 함께 지급해 드리겠습니다.
When it is, I don't think they
So
said.
we were planning to give out 3
Here it
types
is.
of paint resembling the key colors of PAX, 1 energy activator, and 2 crystallizing
I think they said, like,
catalysts
next week.
for going over 20K. So you'll be getting that and also all of the remaining rewards over there. So thank you. Yeah, all of you here can go and get those gifts as well. Woo!
2 cats, 1 activator. I think it's
So our 1 hour passed so quickly. I think our time is up.
I think it's like in a couple
Before
days,
wrap
maybe we
up,
get
let's
them.
hear a few last
I thought it was going to
words
just be in a
from our
couple
producer
days.
and creative director. How was
I
today's
appreciate
event
you,
for
man.
guys?
The game will get better. We'll get there.
네,
We'll do what we
저도
can.
이 팍스
I know not
시스템에
everybody
열린
wants to
이거
play chicks.
보스터는
Some
처음
people just want to play good male
와봤는데요. 직접
characters.
이렇게 현장에서 플레이어 여러분들을 만나뵈니까
All we can
너무
do is just kind of
뜻깊고
hope that it's
기대
going to get
이상으로
better
좋네요.
for
So this
everybody.
is my first time here at Boston, and it's very meaningful to see our fans in person.
네, 오늘 현장에 보러 와주신 모든 분들하고
Rewards
그리고
tomorrow. There you
온라인으로
go.
라이브 방송 시청해주신
Because they
모든
probably got to get
플레이어분들께
back
다시
and
한번 감사의
program
말씀
it and send it
드리고요.
out.
여러분의 성원에
They
힘입어서
said
시즌
12 a.m.
3는 잘
PT.
준비하도록 하겠습니다.
No date, so
Once
maybe today,
again,
tomorrow,
thank you
yeah.
so much to all the fans who came to PAX East and to everyone joining us
First and probably the
online through
last.
live stream. So your incredible support means the world to
I feel
us,
like,
and with your encouragement, we'll
just
do
have to
our
wait and
utmost
see.
to prepare for season 3.
I'd say we'll have to wait and see. I would say depending on how season 3 and season 4 play out, and how the game's like growth trajectory goes, we'll know more about how large the game is going to be, right? I would say if after season 3 and season 4 the game doesn't have like a really good pickup. What up, James? If the game doesn't have like a really good uptick and a good trajectory moving up, after they've like increased the size of the teams and done all these other things, like trying to redevelop, trying to make a better baseline, trying to make a more robust game, I would say if they don't see an uptick by like, you know, December, January of next year, or January of next year, because you figure the new content comes out in July. Thank you for that, Poems. We're going to sip this last little bit we got. So they'll implement the new content in season 3, which will probably be like July, August. And then you'll try to get an uptick, but it's the summer. And I know like the summer is a big time for like the East to do updates, but the summer is like a really bad time to do shit in the West because most people spend their time outside. So like the fall, winter is really when you'll see an uptick in players if we're going to get an uptick in players. So I would say going into the fall, winter, if we get a pretty good size uptick and they continue to keep the ball rolling, then the game's doing well. And then going into next year, they will continue to do something larger, like a bigger PAX, maybe like a TwitchCon or something like that. I doubt they'll do TwitchCon because they don't really do Twitch in like South Korea, so they don't really prioritize it. I think they're kind of dropping the ball there, but we'll have to wait and see. People touch grass. I don't fucking get it, man. I don't understand why people touch grass. A lot of farming work. Yeah, the summer's just a bad time for gaming. Get to start gaming again? Dude, that's big. Touching sand probably because it's summer. Yeah, much safer to touch sand. But yeah, so we'll have to wait and see. But I think this was fun. I think there was some info in here, but I think it was way more sparse than it probably should have been. I'll do a recap video on it. I don't think I'll take this and repurpose this into a YouTube video. I think that, you know, you guys that were here got to like see it live and we got to joke about stuff and have a lot of fun with it. I think is like better for you guys for being here. Alt Luna has shoes. You don't have to worry about toenails on that one. But I think I will give my thoughts, like an actual YouTube video where I go over my thoughts on like sort of what I think from this live stream, both the good and the bad, and we'll put it out on YouTube and we'll kind of go from there on that. But I think this is basically over.
네, 그리고 저희 항상 응원해주시는 모든 플레이어분들께 감사 말씀드리고요. 그리고 저희가 오늘 소개해드린 시즌 3 콘텐츠 외에도 또 많은 놀라운 소식들을 준비하고 있거든요. 예를 들자면 1대1 모듈 거래 같은 시스템도
the new
준비하고
alt,
있고
Luna.
또 신규 복귀 플레이어분들을
Which
위한
was
지원
interesting that they
시스템 그리고
skipped some
가이드
other
시스템도
like
시즌
alts that
3에
were in
준비하고
line.
있으니까요.
Translator
많은
can't
기대
keep a straight
부탁드리겠습니다.
face. Dude, I think he's
for
like, I
the
can't
ongoing
believe this.
support for our game. In addition to the season 3 contents we've shared
Luna the
today, we
Nugent?
have many
Yeah.
exciting features that are being prepared. For instance, a one-on-one model trading or support for new and returning players. So please look forward to that. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. And
Yeah,
I
new
hope
music,
everyone has a
too.
wonderful afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wonder how they're gonna do the trade. We'll have to wait and see. All right. When's all Haley? A while. I don't think it will be Luna's all time. I didn't think it was gonna be Luna's all time either. Looks like they're really building up the support. What do you mean? Oh, like building up the support classes? I mean, maybe we'll need them, right? Like maybe we'll actually need them. Maybe we'll actually need them. Alt Luna, Alt Eugen. Like maybe there's actually going to be a reason to have all like support characters. Alt Jaber. Alt Jaber incoming, never. We could get Alt Haley soon. They've got something in mind. We're going to have to see how hard this Colossus is. I still think he's going to get nuked. Jehu. Just some Descendant we've all uninstalled. Let's get in. Let's do some gaming for a little bit. We might just look at a new character. They'll probably need more time to figure out what the fuck they want to do with Jaber for his full rework. Honestly, that's probably true. Alt Jaber just needs so much love that I think they're gonna have to do something. Wish you could uninstall Jaber, but just too hot. Fucking Lamau. There's discussion on TFD about getting shadow bans for using support. They don't do any DPS. I think they've kind of fixed that though. No, Alt Luna looks good though. Imagine if every character got an alt except for Jaber because he's just too strong. Yeah, the shadow bans I think got fixed a while ago. Look at your Ajax bunny armor, dude. Ajax has got some nice stuff. Ajax has some of the better looking armor, right? Yo, guys, thank you guys for the follows today.
Thanks for the follow.
We do keep them anonymous. If you guys are just hanging out and chilling, no, I appreciate you. If you want to speak up and get to know me in the community, have a good night. Either way, thanks for the follows. You can always check out our Discord as well as our YouTube as well. We do a lot of builds over on YouTube, as well as like some stream rips, some talking head stuff. We play games other than the First Descendant, but First Descendant's our main game. And we have a pretty good Discord. Great community over there, so if you're looking for other gamers to hang out with, you can always check out our Discord as well. Miss Haley Zenith gameplay after the core is no reason to use her fourth. Yeah, basically because it doesn't scale. Don't look at the toenails. We ain't looking at the toenails. We're not getting caught with that. We're not getting caught about that. Still does a lot of damage. It does. It's just still Eclipse though. There we go. All right, let's do this. All right, and we're gonna go get something to drink. We're gonna use the bathroom, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna find a Descendant. We're gonna mess around with a build today for a little bit, and then we'll wait and see what time it is. It can't compete with ATAMs. If you could put her Zenith on Serena, maybe you could have a different conversation. All right, let's figure out who we're gonna figure out who we're gonna rework, right? Give me a second, guys. I will be right back. All right, who do we want to look at today? Who do we want to look at? So let's look. Presets. Should we revisit Luna and her toe? Do we want to look at our Luna build? Should we re-look at our Luna DPS build? Or do you just want to look at her toes and see how bad they are? What the shit? Oh. How the fuck did you... How the... Bro, is there an Ancient Knight build in Discord? I can show you my... I can probably show you my Ancient Knight. How the fuck?
Listen.
Just started the game right now. Do you have any tips? Take your time. Enjoy yourself. Have a lot of fun. No, you haven't been around? That's all good, Cheryl. How you doing, friend? Let's see if we can look at these toes. Just started the game. Do I have any tips? Well, definitely, like, just take your time and enjoy the game. Focus on getting through the normal mode. Build up your Descendants. And just kind of get through. Most of everything, especially all the grinding, comes when you get to hard mode. So I think that right now I'll use photo mode. I'm actually really bothered that you said this, because this is probably how it was actually done.
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
That's so bothersome that is exactly how they figured out that they were unpainted. That's a new thumbnail, a toenail maybe.
No.
Jesus.
It's
oh my god. Yo, thank you for the Prime, mate. Thank you for the support. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for supporting the channel. You could have used your Prime anywhere, and you used it here, mate. Thank you for the support.
Well, hello there.
Yo, thank you very, very, very much for the support. So somebody took the effort. They were like, all right, I want to play Luna. She's like my favorite. All right, let's do some stuff with like Luna. You know what I really want? Toe picks. And then they were like, oh, dude, her toes are completely fucked up. This is so bad, guys. Toes get subs confirmed. That's literally what it took. Getting Descendant only toes page. I think we just leave the stream like this for an hour. Like, let me hide UI. This is the stream. We just do this. We just sit here and we talk about builds. An ad popped up. Yo, I appreciate you, mate. Thank you for your Prime. SMO toes next. This right here is what everybody wants. Luna on Wiki Feet win. This is what everybody wants. But yeah, absolutely. If you're curious, like I can give you some tips, but I think it will work out better for you if you have specific questions, because there's so much to answer.
It's okay. You guys can stop.
That it is very hard to just give you like general tips other than, you know, make it through the main campaign, enjoy yourself, build up some Descendants, because there are more things that you need to know, and it's better if you ask those questions as you come up with, as you find problems. It's easier to fix them. So definitely, I agree with Hunt. Just go ahead and join the Discord, !Discord. After it's like a 10-minute cool-off period, you can ask questions in the first Descendant Discord channel. A lot of people are super knowledgeable, and they'll be able to answer questions that you have as you go. It's definitely going to be the best way to do it. Some exciting news about First Descendant. Saw the devs. Ultimate Luna's coming. I think it's super exciting. That's why we're looking at Luna's toes. This was like the big point of contention, right? This is what everybody talked about. This was the must-have fixed. I know that's not like really what you wanted to hear, Go, but in all honesty, it's the best advice I can give you. So how's Chips doing today? Yeah, so that was, will toes get dynamic motion too? You know that the dude that asked about the toe paint is going to be pissed if you can't wiggle toes. Like, if you can't, like, pick up things with your toes and do, like, weird toe fetish things, then it's over. That's a broom handle run. Back from the nap? How's the nap? $100 to go to PAX and ask that fucking question. It was the most pressing question. It wasn't like, hey, you know, I'm a Luna main and I really like using her, but is there any way we can get the back of her bathing suit to go down just like an extra inch? It was, hey, is there any way we can get the toenail paint to match her finger paint? Want to know why there's a shower in the lounge? So, Ecto, people have urges and they need to satisfy these urges. And the shower is going to allow people to satisfy these urges while still playing the game with one hand. I can do the birds and the bees for you if you need me to. Look at them feet. I mean, what? Hope they buff Luna's toes. Luna's toes are getting a buff.
Hey, listen.
Always show feet. Oh, they could do an always show feet option. You think that might fix it, Savage? I hope they buff Luna's toes. We're gonna have to we definitely are going to have to redo our Luna build. But I think Luna's in a pretty good spot. We'll redo our Luna build probably after we get the next update, because I think most of her build is probably okay. There's definitely room to make her better, but I think I want to see what happens. Like, some of the Descendants we've been revisiting have some pretty fucked up builds. So I think it was like a good idea to revisit them. The new tree, you can fix it then. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't think it's a bad idea to take some of our older builds that really could use some help, right? And revisit them. Like, maybe we look at our Inez build. Or not our Inez. Maybe we look at our Freyna build, or our Viesa build. Because I think this build has been this way for a while. We could probably work on making sure she's at least in a pretty good spot. I think our area suppression build's good, but we might be able to eke out some more damage. Make it a little bit better. I think our ultimate mob Glay, there might be some tweaks here, since we just did this, but we did this after we really understood the skill buckets. So, speaking to someone who just used your build with the last week, it's good enough to get through all the content. Can be improved, but not necessary. Yo, I appreciate that, Honest Abe. I think that that's why I'm not like super, have you looked at Haley? No, I haven't really done much with Haley, like her Haley Gunner build. I think that she's another one where her build is probably okay until we get the new mutated cells. Because, like, there's not much that changes. What up, Mojo? But the mutated cells might make a big difference. I think most of our builds are good. I think that once the mutated cells come in, there's probably some more tweaking we can do to, like, min-max them to make them feel a little better. But I think they're good across the board. I think Ultimate Luna is going to be really fun. I'm curious how much they're going to dumb her down. I think we'll end up looking at Haley again. We'll probably look at Haley this week. I want to probably relook at Kyle. No bucket, since she's a crit descendant. Yeah, it's just making sure she's like, making sure I didn't cuck her. Let's just kind of like look at her really quick, because she's a crit descendant, so we'll just set her up like other crit descendants, right? Just basically set her up very similar to some of our other crit descendants. Because, you know, with crit descendants, yeah, it's just like you're going to have to go with cooldown, right? Especially her, she's going to have to be really heavy on cooldown. So we're not going to be able to like power increase her or anything. She might be fucked up. Her build might be bad. I might have made a bad build on her. That's my only concern, is because I made the build so long ago that it could be wrong. It could be really bad. We got insight and concentration, which we need both of them. Emergency measures and front lines. We've got both of these. Singular. You can remove one of the hit rate mods and slap on something like ambush or veterans. You think so? Because she's like 100% singular here. Haley only needs one skill down if you're going for skill Haley. What are you doing with skill Haley? Like, for me, typically I put a lot of cooldown on her so you can spam her one. So you can pair her one up with everything else, because there's not really much of a better option if you're going with like a gun build. You did this build after Henri did hers, and you built yours different from hers? Yeah. Maybe we'll just revisit it. Yeah, because like most of my builds don't match other people's, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I did my build right or wrong. It's just different, right? Because I think I did mine for 3 second. Yeah. We got like a 2 second avalanche or cold snap. Because I really like cold snap. I know a lot of people really like the blizzard, which you can still do quite a bit. Because like veterans tactics, maybe. Like do this, but basically what she did. Which basically what she did. From what Kennedy suggested. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I've done so many builds that I can't fucking remember. We'll concentrate to make the toe build for Ultimate Luna. The toe guy was hilarious. Dude, the toe guy fucking killed me. The toe guy literally killed me. The toe guy, it was... I can only imagine what they said. Like what they actually thought. I can only imagine what they actually thought. If you take emergency measures, should be enough. Then we lose 27 crit damage. You could slot in veterans tactics. No, little details matter. It wasn't you, Otoes. Yeah, I think the reason we had it in was just for the extra crit damage, though, in lieu of doing something else. Spammer 4th like crazy. Yeah. The spammer 4 and or 3, but then you're probably bordering like Hunt was saying or whatever. If you make these little changes, it's probably almost identical to like Henri's build or something. I've never watched Henri's video, but I'm sure it's very similar to other people's. I mean, increased HP, we've got cooldown. No cap, the New York collab is going to make them millions. I think it'll make them good money. I think it really will. Fall into an MP issue from spamming, yeah. Yeah, I think this is kind of fine right now. I think a lot of our builds, until we see what the mutated cells do, we're kind of like stuck. You had to stop using Slayer for that? Yeah, I wouldn't want to give up Slayer. Because that's, I mean, like, giving up Slayer's a really hard choice. Because you lose this entire fucking bucket. You use Polar. Does Polar give skill power? It's still fine, yeah. Go veterans tactics and no HP mod. Man's living on the edge here. My man here is living on the edge. Chill skill power. And crit hit damage. You go to Invader, to Annihilator. Polar's great. We'll definitely look at it once we see. We'll look at it because, like Hunt was saying, this is definitely one where it's really hard to try to do what you can. This is pretty nice, given what it is. Slayer's more consistent. It probably is. Just depends. It's what you use for 30. You're not really going to get that. You're not going to get that singular anywhere. Well, granted, you're going to get... Yeah. This is one of those that we'll look into later. Singular and chill. Well, at least the singular's in the right spot. Polar for Haley isn't that good, but it's better for Viessa. It's because Viessa is a crit hit descendant, and the Polar set does more with crit hit damage, right? Like, if you read what the Polar set says, where is it? I don't even remember what the Polar set looks like. It looks like a thing. Looks like this. For each frostbite stack inflicted upon enemies, firearm crit hit damage and skill crit hit damage. The firearm crit hit damage is like 1.7, and the skill crit hit damage is 6%. So you're gonna get 17% crit hit damage. I think there's probably better mods that give you. I'd have to look at it. Try 2 Polar and 2 Firebrand for now. On Haley. Chill skill power and fire rate. Unless there's something that gives you something better. Slayer gives too much shield for VS. HP helps her the most. Yeah, but I'm just looking at damage. Hate this chance shit. They need to stop adding RNG. I don't think they're going to get rid of it. Better have your toes painted. You guys need a toe stream. Yeah, I think the hard part is, like, most of these Descendants aren't too fucked up. I mean, they're probably not, like, the best optimized. I think somebody like Kyle's probably the most fucked up. 2 Plague, 2 Mage. Actually gonna ignore Polar and go Plague for the buckets. That probably makes really good sense, right? To use the buckets. We need to review every Descendant's toes. Dude, we've got serious problems with you guys. You guys in this fucking toes thing. How are we feeling about the PAX stream? I'm gonna do a full YouTube breakdown. That's just for Kennedy's old build. There's some better tweaks now. It'll make sense. We'll look at it. How do I feel about the PAX stream? I think you guys are gonna have to wait until I do my YouTube video breakdown. Because I'm not dissatisfied with it, but there are some things that I'm not happy with. I think there are definitely some things I'm not happy with. There are definitely some things I'm not entirely happy with. So, Ultimate Jaber happen eventually. Maybe one day, right? Look like some werewolf toes. 3-minute teaser of what's to come. I think one of my biggest points of contention is calling the new Field Colossus an 8-man raid. That's probably like one of my biggest points of contention. Right now, I think that's definitely one of my biggest points of contention. Base skill power. What were we doing on here? Did his shield actually scale decent? I feel like his shield scaled somewhat decent. We might have to check him, though. We might have to check him to see how much his shield actually scaled, but... it's a new field support players, but they just called it that. Yeah, I think it was just the verbiage. I think it's just the verbiage. 4 8-man turns out to be 4 Descendants and 4 Fellows. No, I'll show you exactly what the 8-man raid is going to turn into. This right here is what it is. Open link. This right here is the new Colossus 8-man raid. That's all you need to know. That is the new Colossus. Everything you need to know. If that doesn't answer what's going to happen, then I don't know what to tell you. There you go. That is what we're looking at. All right, let's go here, and then you think the melee character is necessary due to the current state of the game? I think that it's going to be fun. It just depends on how it works. Just needs like a Luna peeking in, like doing the like from the side. Walking lol. That'd be funny. Not at. What do we got here? With toes on the screen, dude. The toes is never gonna stop, is it? The toes is never gonna stop, is it? It's called a public event in Destiny. I mean, basically, right. We'll have to see how it boils out. I'm excited. Dream about toes tonight, you fucking thirsty bastards. Wait, focus on tech. This really only has 3 damage mod. No, 1, 2. So I think the HP scaling on this was like really good, right? Skill power 40k. Additional damage, consume magnetic force times 38. So that number times 38. Yeah, that's why I was all about the HP on this. Because consume magnetic force. The magnetic force is based off of your shield, right? Increases proportionally in the max shield. Yeah. Max shield times 200. Yeah. So that's going to be a big number. So yeah, that's why it was all shield. And then with anything that wasn't shield, we just did damage. Because for this, the fucking multiplier on it's so insanely high. Listen. Did I play D2? Oh yeah, I definitely did. Hold on, let me sneeze. You get a bit more shield. That's what I need to look at, is where it's worth tweaking. I feel like Nell's gonna be like creating weak spots so everyone can hit them better. Well, it depends on if it works for her, if it works for your party, right? If she's like a support or not. Because if it's definitely just gonna depend on if she's a support or not. You could fucking nix this. I need the cooldown, but we need the cooldown, but we could completely nix this mod. Because we've got Veterans Tactics, right? Are any of these dimensional?
Hey, listen.
I say don't touch Kyle until May update when the component cores are added. He's gonna get more shield. He's definitely gonna get more shield from it, but he's definitely gonna get more shield. It just depends on if they fuck up. What do you think the chances are that they forget to cap him? Like, what do you think the chances are they forget to cap his shield, but cap Serena's, and then he becomes like the most broken thing in the game for single target damage? Like, what do you think the chances are? He's got 10k shield. Hunt says we can get more shield out of him. But I understand what you're saying, Bacon. I just want to kind of... I got to have something to do for a couple days. So... how much is that going to fucking hurt me on the cooldown? Basically none. Cheryl, thank you for fucking gifting a membership out, friend. Thank you for the support. Thank you for supporting me and thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for doing that, friend. I appreciate you. Not sure if that's a lot. It's going to scale. Your build's got 18k, which is double the damage. Did you just add a different shield mod? What the fuck? Where's the extra shield, Essie? Cheryl, thank you for gifting a fucking another membership out. You fucking nerd. Thank you for the support. Membership on YouTube. Big W's. Thank you for the support, friend. Thank you for supporting me and thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate you. All down cosmetic builds. Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely guarantee it. Cheryl, what are you doing? Thank you for gifting out another membership on YouTube. Thank you for the support, friend. Fashion is the end game in a lot. Absolutely is. Thank you very, 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 very much, friend, for gifting out all of these memberships over on YouTube. How much toe painting practice you could get in on those days? I could. Yo, thank you guys for the follows. We keep them anonymous. Just know I appreciate you. So where's the extra HP? Where did the extra HP come from? We've got increased shield. We got... HP amp? HP... Cheryl? Cheryl? Thank you very much for gifting out all of these subs. Will, thank you for gifting out a, or getting a membership. Thank you guys for all the support. Cheryl, thank you for gifting all these memberships out. Cheryl's an absolute fucking goat. She's enjoying her time on the Division. I definitely can't blame her at all. Which notification overlaps the YouTube one? No, not necessarily. It's just I have notifications for this kind of stuff that comes up on my screen as well for you guys to see it. Cheryl, you're too fucking nice, dear. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You're fucking killing me. Seriously, thank you for the support, friend. I'll have to look and see where Hunt got all the rest of that Did you put weighing the scales on? Oh, yeah, on screen. I don't know what you see. Oh, yeah. That boss should have a low success rate, cosmetic rewards, nice battle music. Just to get away from the normal grind for a couple minutes. I think if they do something fun with them, it's going to be awesome. If they don't... Yeah, I don't have a shield mod on. Want you to share the build or figure it out? I mean, I don't care either way. I mean... It depends on what I have to give up for it. Because yours is different than mine is. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure it's quite different. The question... How many buckets did you keep? Did you at least keep the 2 main buckets? For the multipliers or no? Maybe. Because I could get rid of this focus. It just depends on Cheryl. Thank you for the plug-in. Thank you for the $2 over there too. Thank you very, very, very much for the support, friend. You nerd. Non-at. These are modifiers, which I don't really give a shit about. But... let me look. I don't even know what all I need to put on him. Power. Power increase for sure. And then is non-at. Are any of these non... Well, we get... Thank you for the $2 again, Cheryl. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for supporting me and thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Nerd. Thank you very, very, very much for the support, friend. That's a battle mod. Fuck, dude. I want a battle mod. How do we want to do this? Landing back in the game, you missed it. You want a superhero? No, nunny. What are we gonna do here? I'd like to get a non-at bucket, but I feel like I need the cooldown, but I mean, honestly, not really. If you build it without the cooldown and you build it into Veterans Tactics, you're very welcome. I appreciate you. I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you very, very, very much. Probably end up thanking Cheryl again. Probably. I appreciate her. I'll definitely thank her. Skill create damage. Sent the build, have fun. Well, I'll look and see what you did versus like what I'm looking at, right? Added some range, stem excel, increased shield. Interesting. HP conversion shield. Bullet from spear and shield, which gave you more there. Overwhelming shield. Shield. Interesting. 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 It's not bad. I see what you did. I mean, I see what you did. That's where I was like trying to look at some of this. And I was like, we definitely wanted both of these. Like, we wanted both of these. And then everything else was like trying to get his shield up, right? Which was like, I think you did the HP conversion as well. Oh, and then that's for like the dive bomber or whatever. Overwhelm shield. Yeah. You know, it makes sense. It definitely makes sense.
Hello there.
Yo, thanks for the follow. We do keep them anonymous. If you're just hanging out, chilling, relaxing, I appreciate you. What components would you use to stack shield on this? I think you would use the non-at set. I think for this, you would just use the non-at set for the bonus. And then plan on spamming as 1 to build the sets, like to build the stacks. Because you're going to have power increase here. And the bonus over that is so impossibly hard not to take. It's so impossible not to take that. It's just like so impossible not to take it. I don't remember what you actually put on here. You're only getting percentages of that, and then this is going to give you 158 of the shield. And then that's going to go directly into this. So this, I see why you did it. I see why you did it. I see why you did it. You mathed it out, but you can see why. No, it makes sense. It makes sense. I would need to actually, like, look. Because I only, like, glanced at what you had, but it makes sense. He's your main. You love the one-shot build on bosses? Oh, yeah. I guarantee it. He's a lot of fun. I mean, I wish that his 1 didn't suck so much dick. But other than that, I mean, I think he's a lot of fun. You're not using increased HP. Yeah, I need to look and see what you actually have. Because I, like, scanned it, and then I just came back in here. Shield increased. Because you're just pumping straight shield. You're just doing everything to pump shield, right? Because you're only getting percents of this. So it's definitely focus on shield because you're going to get more out of shield to go to his shield. You still need some shield though to be able to fucking survive, but yeah. HP amp. Because this is overwhelming shield. This is shield. That's going to give him, yeah, he's already at 11k. Descendant modules. Let's put mid-air maneuvering on here. Veterans tactics. I'm missing something. I'm missing something. Stem excel, shield, HP conversion shield, overwhelming, non-at, which I have, and then power. Your 2 cooldown mods. Oh, you don't have veterans tactics on. Okay. Because you use spear and shield. Interesting. Interesting. Not using red mod on him? No. Using the mage set, so it's really good on him? Yeah, using the mage set. Because you've got amp control, which was going to give more shield and a little bit of range. That can go there. And then what the fuck were these? You didn't use veterans tactics. What else was it? I literally, like, can't be bothered to remember. I'll have to look again. Because I was, like, thinking through stuff while I was looking at it, but veterans tactics, not app. This is this. Should have very similar shield values. Yeah. Yeah, he's only 19. He'll have to be leveled up anyway, because I won't be able to put everything on him. I won't be able to put everything on him. Oh, the 2 cooldown mods. Which with veterans tactics, I mean, you could probably lose some of it, but not a lot. But again, if I go veterans tactics, you went spear and shield. MP conversion, nimble over veterans. Went for cooldown on tree and reactor. Yeah. For that over veterans. Because you need to get this down to be spammable. In order to make this work, this would have to be spammable anyway. Yeah. Is that capped cooldown? No, I don't even have anything on here. Yo, Catchy, I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out, mate. This doesn't have any cooldown on it. This has no cooldown on it, actually. Is this bossing or mobbing? I mean, it just depends on how you want to look at it. I mean, it would be focusing around as 4, or be spamming as 1 and using as 4, but it is like Jesus. He needs to be recatted out the ass to be able to do this. Bravery set gets 11% shields. Random ability. Bravery 2 set gives shields 11%, 4% skill cost. -5 for bravery gives 1 sec. Cooldown on random ability at a 20% chance. What's the cooldown on it? I'm just curious. I'm not gonna like. I'm not saying I'm like putting it on. I'm just curious. Do I not even have it? Cheryl, thank you for gifting out another membership on YouTube. Thank you for the support, friend. Thank you for supporting me and thank you for supporting the channel. I don't even think I have the bravery set. How do I not even have it? And probably because I've never really used it for anything. Max shield 11%, skill cost 20% chance. To reduce a random skill's cooldown by 1% each time an enemy is defeated. Huh. That's interesting. Cheryl, thank you for gifting out another one as well. Thank you for the support, friend. Thank you for supporting me and thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate you, Cheryl. Thank you for gifting out all of these memberships. I appreciate you. That one's only good for mobbing. Yeah, I could see that. Bravest Frostwalker set. Or giving out free pedicures. We ain't touching toes. Cheryl, thank you for gifting out another membership on YouTube. Thank you for the support, friend. Thank you for supporting me and thank you for supporting the channel. How you doing today, Barry? Fibber, I ain't doing shit. Huh. Yeah, I think this is definitely going to be like really good for one-shots. I just wanted to look at it and see what our choices were. Overwhelming increase, HP and stem excel versus this, which was, I mean, basically very similar. This has got cooldown. It's got focus on tech on here, which is kind of a waste. This has got power increase non-at. If we were to put our cooldown mods on here, Nix veterans for now, or share. Thank you for gifting another. You added all the feed emotes? I didn't add anything. It wasn't me. It was somebody else. It wasn't me. What your build is? Maybe 4 down. Yeah, like 4 spam. That's what I'm kind of looking at, is what I'd want to do. I mean, it'd be 4 spam, but you're still only going to get like 5 seconds out of it. It definitely would be around 4 spam. Yo, thank you for gifting out another membership, Cheryl. Thank you for the support. Yeah, I think, like last time I did it, it was more around using your 4. And that's why we had Veterans Tactics on it, is because with Veterans Tactics and all the cooldown, we were able to just kind of spam. Because this has got 3 stacks. It's not like you don't have stacks to contend with on this. And then Veterans Tactics. Thank you for gifting all those out. Last Stand helps you one-shot Gluttony. We can mess with it. If you weren't so hot, Cheryl, Lamel. You're so nice. Yeah, I think if you were to... Cheryl, thank you for the $2 as well. Thank you for the support. Where are we gonna go here? You know, Greg, I'm curious if you can one-shot Tony. I mean, you can try it. Let's try it. I'm gonna try it in the lab because I don't have to worry about something. But dude, I love the Shiba stickers. I do love the Shiba stickers. Let's see if we can do it in here. Let's see.
Would you like to access the
Enter the laboratory. Let's see if we can one-shot Tony. I mean, I imagine it should be doable. It should be doable. I mean, I'm like level 18, so I'm gonna be a little short, but we'll see how close I am. Shiba needs Booba and toe buff. Oh, lol. You're so weird. Oh man. Tony? Tony. Invincibility off. Alright, let's go like this.
Here I come. Prepare yourself.
You might be able to do it. You might be able to do it with your extra HP. With your extra shield, you might be able to do it. You might be able to do it, Hunt. With your extra shield, because you have about double my shield. Yellowstone National Park's latest TikToks? No, are they fun? That's also without core scaling? What do you mean? YouTubers need some love too. I think that YouTube is very underrated. Honestly, I think YouTube's like super underrated. I bet you could do it. Component cores? Oh yeah.
Time to end you.
Yeah, I definitely think you could do it. If you just went full, like, I mean,
It's over.
if you just went pure for a one-shot build, you hit for 40 mil with how your build's set up. I imagine if you pulled off some of like the quality of life mods and just stacked his buckets out. If you just went for pure boom boom, right, and stacked his buckets to get those first two modifiers as high as you could get them. Because this is non-app boost, so I'm only missing like 20%. This isn't even fully stacked. Hold on. Because I'm not even getting pest control, which he should be able to get. That's why he's got this, right? Is pest control. Yeah, so it's not even getting pest control either, which you would get from spamming your 1 and hitting targets. So with pest control, you do even better. I mean, you wouldn't be able to get that bossing, right? You'd be better off with maybe something else, but for general gameplay, you get that. But yeah, I mean, if you took off, because if you just added a bunch of HP mods as well and got rid of, like, say you just went in for a straight one shot and you got rid of Veterans Tactics, you have Tech and Colossus on your reactor. That's probably the best choice you could have for a one shot. Either Tech, let me look. Yeah, because you're going to be overloaded on your non-at because of you're going to be overloaded on your non-at because of your component set. So yeah, if you put it on tech, like mine's on non-at right now, but it'd be better off on tech. So yeah, if you put like, yeah, against Colossus and then tech on here, that'd probably work out better. And then scale, because you've got non-at here, which is overloaded. You could probably go with the maximum power to get more skill power here. for more damage because you're not really going to care about cooldown, right? So like maximum power, you're probably just going to go with non-at here and then go with some HP to push into shield even more. Tech. Yeah, S4's tech as well. Yeah, you could maybe go with some HP into scaling because everything else you would add on here is going to be modifiers. Like after you've got this and this, everything else is going to be modifiers, and your modifier bucket's already already fucked because it's skill power, because of the skill power here. So this skill is already adding like a 40 point or 420. And then you're going to do the additional damage, which I'm assuming goes on after the factor on top of it. Even if not, and it's just added as like another 40 plus like the 30 or whatever, you're going to do really good there. So, because you're going to get the 40.2, and then you're also going to get the consume magic force times 38%, and then that's going to be an additional damage on there as well. So, I mean, that 4 bucket's already fucked, but you might as well overload it the best you can with HP. Wouldn't Plague be good? No, because you're going to give up all of this non-at damage for just like a couple % on tech. And then that's all you're going to get. So you're going to get like a 5% skill power onto like this here. This is going to go from 0.2 to 0.25, but you're going to lose fucking 80 here, like 0.8 off of this. What, last stand? I don't even think I have it done. What's last stand? The toenail guy memes are killing you today? Bro, the toenail memes are fucking crazy. Since he gains custom resource? Yeah, but it's still gonna... The custom resource is gonna go for toxic. He's just not a toxic descendant. Since it's all toxic and he's non-at. He's a non-attribute, not toxic. So, most of that's just not gonna do him any good. Let me read this. On skill attack, consumes all shields to deal additional damage. Deals 8.5% additional damage up to... Yeah, it's all about toxic. On skill attack, consume all shield to deal additional damage. Deals 8.5 times additional damage. Up to 17%. So what is that going to be? Is it just going to be like an extra 17,000 damage? Like what is that number going to max out? Or is it 17% of the total damage you did? I'm assuming it's going to be 17% of the total damage you did. It's just going to do it additionally. Right? So like whatever your damage ends up being, your total damage. Like whatever your skill damage ends up being, it's going to do an additional 17% of that. For like one-shot builds. Let's see. Let's mess with this for a second. Let's mess with this for just a second.
Make you stronger.
Yes, module. Alright, 22. If you consume, you'll do 17%. That's the way I read it. Like, it's going to take 10%. It's going to take 10k of my shield. And then I'm going to do 17% more damage. And that more damage is going to be based on my overall damage. The question is it based on my total damage? Or is it based on my total damage plus my additional skill damage? Either way, we'll look at it. I mean, you could run the math on it. I mean, the mod seems like it's set up specifically for this man, right? Will it consume 10k? I mean, the skill doesn't consume anything, right? Like, the skill itself doesn't actually take anything. Half bravery, half could make sense. It just depends. Like, right now, the big one is, like, the buckets. Like, just trying to make sure that we're we're getting everything out of our buckets, right?
Here I go.
I'm sure it would one-shot if I had my full shields. Like, if he was at 18k shields, which is what he's supposed to be at, it would be fine. It would definitely one-shot. It would one-shot. It's just he's only level 18. So because he's only level 18, he's only got 12k shield instead of 18k. I would say if you had his shield at the 18, 19k that it's supposed to be, it would one-shot him just fine. Because it's doing 28k DPS. So we'll level him up some tomorrow. Another problem, you consume more than 10k shield.
Objective neutralized successfully.
If it's capped, it should be capped at how much it consumes. I mean, it should be. It should be. I'll agree with you on that. I'll agree with you on that. Alright, guys. I do think, since we started a little bit late today, I don't think I'm going to be able to go, like, super late. And I do want to kind of start getting my ideas together for, like, the YouTube video on what I want to do. So I think that, let's return to Albion. I think that we'll probably look at calling it here. I think we'll probably look at calling the stream here. And then tomorrow, obviously, I'll work on the YouTube video to give... Yeah, tomorrow's my day off, so I'm going to work on the YouTube video to give you guys, like, my full thoughts on what I think of the dev live stream. Give, like, my thoughts and overall take on it. I think there was a lot of good info there, but I definitely think there's, you know, some things there that I'm not super excited with. But I think all in all, it's going to be good. And then it'll give me some time to hang out with Rusty and do a couple things around the house that I need to get done. Especially jump in and do some Once Human shit as well. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Everybody that hung out today, thank you guys for all the gifted subs. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for all of the support over on YouTube. If you are a mother, happy Mother's Day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yourself and got a little bit done. Thank you guys for everything you did today. If you guys came across... Cores could break Luna scaling. It could if they don't cap them. Hopefully they cap everything. But if they forget to cap even a single Descendant, it could really break that Descendant. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for everything you do. If you guys came across from Moxie's stream and you're still here, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for all the follows. Thank you guys for all the love. Monday is our day off. If you're looking for additional content, definitely get over and check out the YouTube channel. We put a lot of content up there. It's a little bit of a lull right now. We'll be getting some more content up here soon. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for all of the love and all the support. As always, guys, have a great morning, noon, or night, wherever you are. Take care of yourself. Know somebody loves you, and I will see you guys all on Tuesday. Take care.